We are absolutely
live.
Hello.
Evening, everybody.
Evening, everybody.
Yeah, good evening, Carl. Good evening, Chris, and good evening, John.
Good evening,
Evening.
Right.
I'm wearing my leather because I need some badges for the back.
So,
You need badges for the back.
Badges, send
yeah,
them over,
you want badges or patches?
whichever. Not fussy. If it
Yeah,
means I've
well-
got to buy another waistcoat, I'll go and buy another waistcoat, mate. It's not a problem.
Exactly. But,
So,
yeah, so you all good?
yeah.
Yep, all good here, mate.
I'm not
Yeah.
hosting, I'm not hosting, mate, so I'm going to shut the hell up and I'll speak when I'm spoken to.
Your favourite one.
Do you think we're going to fucking believe that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there won't be no fucking tumbleweed moments, that's for sure.
No.
Not with Weggy on here. Definitely
Yeah.
not.
Anyway, of course, it's been a fantastic week biking wise. We've all been fucking places that we've never been before. Or likely to
Absolutely.
go. You know, I've been absolutely
Yeah.
nuts.
Has anybody actually ridden a bike this week?
No.
Yeah.
No. Oh, just one.
But I've been to Mablethorpe Bike Night, Boston Bike Night, and another one. I forgot where that one was.
What, in the car?
No,
Oh,
sat in this chair. I was watching Skeggy's videos.
I was going to say their bike lights are sort of running fairly late this year, obviously. But Peggy is obviously filmed, well, just about every bike show he's been to in the last 5-6 years, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
He's a good bloke.
Good.
Say that again, Weggy.
I say the Boston bike nights look pretty good.
There's quite a lot there. So I'm looking forward to next year.
Yeah.
Because I'll be there as well. So
Well, there's no reason why, on the, if we sort of plan it right, we get a few from the crew and God knows whatever. So you can shut up as well. You have more sound effect.
excellent.
I'm not sure whether that was you or you just farted.
No, mate,
Is that Skeggy's video starting up?
the text message rev bomb that was. That's one of my little sound effects on the phone. But no, but seriously, I mean, there's no reason why next year, if we can get through this all this crap we've been through this year and that, we can't sort of get the bikes moving into sort of some new areas and sort of do some different ventures, i.e. places like the Boston Bike Night and stuff. And of course, if we don't take too many up there, there's always places we can kip over or stay or whatever, you can plan a weekend of it, can't you?
If you all want to spend a bit of money, you get a travel lodge, you'll get a discount for a bulk booking, won't you?
Exactly. And they're not really that expensive, are they? It depends on where you go, I suppose,
I ain't sharing a room with Carl.
No,
Not on them bunk beds anyway.
Right.
Well, if I get a proper place to live, then there'll be plenty of floor space. There'll be a sofa.
That's all you need, mate. Floor space and beer.
But you got to bring you've got to bring
The
stuff
bird?
for me. No, don't want a woman. I've got a woman.
Yeah, he's got a woman and a mistress. Yeah.
No, just a woman.
Happy
I've got a toy, so I'm
That's
all right.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's all shut up and let Cole do all the hosting.
Go on, Carl.
You know I'm crap at it. Right, anybody got
Yeah, but
any
it's
biking
fun.
news? Anybody got any biking news then? Anything
Biking
that's...
No, not really. Just for
I
anybody
haven't
who's
got
watching.
any biking news, not as such. But I did take mine out for a little bimble the other day just to blow the cobwebs out the back. New rear tyre put on. Had to go and run it in, as you do.
100 miles.
I'll say no more.
Yeah. So no more, mate. Did you go for the what do you go for the pilot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, the front tyre still had a reasonable amount of tread. If it had like 2 or 3 mil left on it, then I would have done the pair. But that wasn't too bad. And he couldn't find a hole in the rear one. It just kept going down, and we checked all the valve. That was fine. We checked all the bead. That was fine. But it was losing 10 psi overnight.
Yeah, it might have just been something similar. I mean, I've had tyres go down slowly with a slightly dicky valve or whatever, where it's lost a seal, or just it can be a very slight, very slight puncture, or just a rim leak somewhere.
So,
Sometimes
we checked all the valve, we checked the rims, we totally sunk it in water, not a bubble, not a bubble. So the only thing I can think of is when it was normal PSI is 42.
Yeah.
But overnight it would drop to 30 to 32, and then it wouldn't leak anymore. So I think at 42 was enough to open up a pinhole somewhere.
Yeah.
And as the pressure decreased, that hole shut.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to fuck around with it, so I just put a new one on it.
That's about the PSI I run my boots. I did run standardly about 41 to 42 on a rear. And I normally, with the ZZR, I pad it up. So the ZZR 1200 was 42 and 42. And of course, you can vary, you can sort of vary that as to your sort of taste on how you want the bike to travel, really. But I mean, I think the lowest I'd had a front tire of late was probably about 36 psi as to 40 on the back. Of course, they recommend it's to do with weight and the bike and the tire and your own weight itself. You just I don't know about you lads, but when I'm putting pressure in tires, I do it to a preference. And you find that preference when you actually physically ride it, so you can up it or you can down
That's
it.
it. 1 or 2 psi is enough to make it more suitable for you.
Yeah.
And it's surprising with some bikes that I've had. I mean, I think the ZZR11 was quite picky. If you got the PSI wrong, especially on the front, that made quite a drastic bit of difference with the front handle.
My Tiger was the same. I should have had 36 in the front. If that dropped down to 34, fuck me, it was like you had a BMX tire in the front.
Yeah, well, this is like running a tire through fucking mud, or something. Front end. But no, so it's all good. Anyway, biking news for myself, as I just said to you lads before we come on, I'm now officially bikeless now for the first time in about 6-7 years, and so I've sold my Suzuki Bandit because I've obviously not been in a position to ride. I've not been riding most of this year through various accidents, this, that, and the other. And it's just come to the point in time where, obviously, with the leg injury and this, that, and the other, I had no real need for a bike. It's going to be at least another 2-3 months before I sort of wind the leg over anything, or bike at least. And I thought it was time to get rid of the Bandit, to be honest with you. So that's gone, and I've actually gone and bought myself a car for the first time in a good few years as well. So car life, car music, car heaters. It's that bad this time of year as having a heater in a car.
Nah, it's a time of year to have a car, though, isn't it?
Well, it is, mate. To be honest, when my legs sorted, they've already clarified it will never be 100%, which obviously we can all pretty much agree on with an injury like that. It probably is going to be the case. I'll probably have to be just a little bit more careful with, the weathers that I'm riding in the future, because obviously we're not getting any younger, are we? So, a bit more attention. I'll probably wear. In fact, I said earlier on, I'll probably end up wearing like a support around the knee most of the time when I'm out and about for the next year or two. I might even carry on wearing one. You never know. Support bandage.
In the arm, will it?
You like? Just give it a little bit more support, I suppose. We're sort of hopping off bikes and then wheeling bikes around and that, and it's like, they don't get any lighter as you get older.
No, I've found that.
I know that over well. Do you see?
Just a little bit iffy with the knee because obviously it's probably about 60% there now. It's all about strength building, and of course it's it's only 3.5 months ago, whatever it is, that it happened. So I'm still feeling a bit alien, the actual joint itself. It's a bit weird. But there's other days when I feel quite a lot better than I necessarily would do sometimes. But we're getting there, mate. We're still in one piece, just about.
So that's what it's all about, isn't it? Good days and bad days.
I'll chop you up and get a new one.
Yeah, well, there you go, mate. I mean, if they sold these down a local sort of leg shop, if we had one, I'd probably go and get a replacement, but they don't, unfortunately.
The market.
Yeah.
I put in a body transplant when I was like 40, but I didn't get one.
No. No.
Is Andy going to join us, is he?
What's up again, Andy?
Yeah.
I'm hoping so, mate, because he popped up on
Yeah.
the chat earlier on, didn't he?
Yeah, he's actually on. He's talking to us.
Is he? I can't see the chat, mate. For some reason, I'm obviously
Yeah,
on the
I'll
mobile.
put it up, mate. You should see it now, maybe. You got,
Yeah.
we
No,
got,
it'd
we
be good
got
to see him come on here.
yeah, we got Kenneth and Tracy as well,
Evening, Ken.
Hello,
Yeah.
Kenny boy.
and
Hello,
Gordon.
Frank Gordon.
Gordon just
And
popped up.
Gordon.
Gordon, Andy, Tracy, Ken. Hello.
Yeah, well, whoa, we've got 8 million viewers as well.
Bloody hell.
God, we've got 8 million 8 million of them.
Monetize it quick.
I was gonna say, that's the money coming in.
Yeah.
I'll pay for the next year's going pro on this.
What are you on there, Weggy? Hobgoblin?
Yeah, Hobgoblin Ruby. Lovely drop that.
Oh, then I've got
I
one of
might
them.
have to try something
Yeah.
when I eventually get up there, when there's lockdown bollocks is all out of the way.
Because as you know, the local, I mean, this particular brewery is based in Southwold, just up a road here. So it's definitely a place worth. It's actually a place worth visiting. The actual brewery itself, if you can get in there, you know.
Be
But
worth a giggle.
I'd say it's my favourite brewery around here. Obviously, much more so than Green King. We used to have Tolly Cobbles once upon a time, obviously. But you're still, for me, that's as close as you can get to a good Yorkshire ale. Because I mean, I have to admit that the Yorkshire ales are my favourites, to be honest.
Yeah.
You
Hello,
know.
Stitch.
All right, Stitch.
Yorkshire ale, mate. Can't beat Yorkshire ale.
No, I've only got to sniff the bottle. That'll be enough. I'll be pissed.
I'll tell you what. Yeah. No, God Christ, them Yorkshire ales I used to have, because I used to have sort of visits up to Sheffield and there. I'll tell you what, them proper old pubs, man. You had no machines, you had no music. It was just proper tables,
Sawdust.
families, groups of lads playing dominoes, darts, bit of pool, you know, and that was it. Proper old school pub.
Yeah.
So they drink Agnams or something up there, don't they?
Round the bar.
Yeah.
Proper pubs.
You know what? And the further north you go, the more sociable it is, you know, because people go to a pub to socialise rather than just listen to crap music and, you know, this, that, and the other. I suppose the benefit we've got down here, I suppose, and also with the northern pubs, is the fact they love live music. Admittedly, we've not had a chance to listen to live music, have we, lately, you know?
No, not at the moment.
But we will, fingers crossed.
I mean, when I lived up north, you go into a pub and fucking total strangers. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, exactly.
You get that down here, you think you're going to get your wallet nicked.
Do you know what? I've been in pubs around here, and you've gone in with your other half, right? And they've looked at you. You know, like, say, for instance, the American Werewolf in London, when them lads walked in that boozer.
Yeah.
Remember that? And they all just
Oh,
literally stops, and they all turn around and stare, don't they?
Yeah.
You know, surprising.
Especially if they don't know you.
Yeah, exactly. They say your unknown places, especially if you're biking.
Yeah,
there we
all
go.
that witches bloody hocus pocus bollocks up on the wall.
Tell me about it. Anyway, we've still got 2 spaces if anybody'd like to join.
Skeggy won't be coming on tonight. He's got guts ache.
Okay. No worries. What about Peter Taylor's probably working, so we could have Kenny. We get Kenny on here if he's watching.
Or Nita.
Nita's probably watching
Nita.
from a yeah.
Nita's flying. She's waiting to catch a plane, isn't she? So,
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would be. She's back tomorrow, isn't she?
yeah.
There we go. We've got Andy coming in.
Andy.
Oh, Mr. Suffolk Andy. Hello, mate.
Hello, mate.
Yeah, absolutely fine, thank you. I'm just
Good
going
old
to put me pervy glasses on.
Right, mate. The same old.
Hello.
That's me pervy glasses, you see.
You know, mate. Yeah. So he wants to be put.
Kenny said he's going to pop on the chat.
I had a fight with a lawnmower.
Yeah. So Andy, you've
I
been.
felt like the odd one out because I got
Hang on, mate, I can't hear. What?
I take it you're still grafting hard, Andy.
I've come to a slithering halt this week, tell you the truth. Yeah, we finished up really last week. You know Claydon?
Yeah.
And I was on that Claydon where we shut Claydon off for about 5 days.
Right, okay.
That's done. We're done now. I ain't heard nothing this week, so I think we're done now. Like Christmas, thank God.
Yeah.
Isn't that the League of Ordinary Gentlemen or something down there?
Something like that, I think.
Yeah.
Andy, is it about time you it's about time you opened up the pub, mate, the club side, so we
Do
can
you
have an
know-
absolute.
That was a year ago, wasn't it? Today, or when we had our Bikers Bash Christmas do.
That was
A year
mate,
ago.
3 days
Yeah.
back, you're back.
Yeah, that's surprising how things have changed.
They've been absolutely fucking shit ever since.
Yeah, we're not. No, we're still in tier 2. We can't open because we're a wet pub anyway. So we're knackered, mate. We won't.
We
open.
just gone
Yeah.
tier 3 now.
Yeah, we went straight into tier 3 after the last lockdown.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've come out of it. I haven't heard, but I think they were discussing today whether we were staying in tier 3 or dropping to tier 2. And it were 11:30 this morning, so I'm not sure what the result was. So
I don't know. I can't remember now, but I think obviously for the northern areas, they were looking to drop from tier 3, weren't they? And say Chris is one of the areas, and I think some more of Hampshire way has gone into tier 3. If I'm not inclined, Chris.
Yeah, gone into tier 3 right up to Essex, isn't they? And
Yeah, it's
Chelmsford-
pretty much the southeast
Chelmsford.
corner, isn't it?
yeah,
There's
Chelmsford
Berkshire. I don't think Oxfordshire is. Hertfordshire is. Middlesex is. Essex is. Kent is.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
remember the list here earlier on. It's devastating for people, really. But do you know what? All that does is, we weren't going on about the COVID stuff. It just adds more and more confusion to this bullshit plans for Christmas, mate. It really does.
Well, fucking, you can have Christmas bubbles apparently now. So
Yeah.
the whole fucking lot goes out the window for 5 days while you have your Christmas bubble, and then it goes back to normal. Why fucking bother?
Tell you what
Yeah.
I have mentioned. I'll tell you what I have mentioned is the fact that after Christmas, don't rule out a full lockdown.
Yeah,
Oh, it surprised me.
it wouldn't surprise me after those 5 days of people doing their silly bubbles. It's bound to be a spike, isn't there?
That's it.
You ain't
If
gonna
they'd
get
have
away
kept
with
the
it.
full lockdown in September and not fucking released it, we'd be out of it by now. Christmas would be fine. You wouldn't have to worry about it January.
Yeah,
Okay.
and have a proper lockdown.
I don't know what you
lockdown on travel.
That's like my mother. You know, she had that cancer a couple of years ago, and of course, since this, since the COVID thing come on, they're pretty much self-isolated. They've either self-isolated at home for a minimal amount of time, or they've stayed in their caravan. You know, down at Lakeside, the old bikers place that we used to go to, and she's very confused. She's wanting to see the grandchildren, of which she has a good few, including my kids. And, you know, she's wanting to get together and she's hearing about what other people's plans. But they're in a situation where I suppose they're getting even more frustrated and confused because they've still got to protect themselves because of their age. And yet they're being told that you can and you can't do this. And I think, you know, it's all down to, again, as I said to her last night, I said, just down to your own personal choice. And nobody in the family will disrespect your choice. You know, if I said to her, if people have to come to the front garden, so I'll give you a card and a present and say Merry Christmas is exactly what we'll do, you know. So, you know, I think sometimes there will be some peer pressure from, you know, if you look around at different families, there'll be family members saying, well, yeah, that's all right, we can do this and we can do that. And there'll be other people who have got problems with their health and they're maybe older, who are being suggested that they can get together with the members of the family, but really don't want to because they need to sort of keep isolating, if you like, you know, in their own fashion. So, you know, I think it's not going to be, it was never going to be a normal Christmas anyway, but I just think in a lot of ways it's completely and utterly wiped out the whole spirit of Christmas if you're into that sort of thing anyway, to be honest. Especially
Yeah.
I've given up on Christmas anyway.
I have, mate.
Roll on Easter.
Christmas I'm going to get is Christmas dinner down at Skeggs. I'm going to await the turkey.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Bob was a wonderful turkey. He was a very brave soul.
Excellent. Yeah. So, Andy,
No, I'm in Skeggy's bubble anyway, so it's sort of all right. So,
yeah. So, what's your plans for Christmas, then, Andy? I mean, obviously the club is shut, which is there must be tough times, you know, for the business.
Well, all I'll tell you, Weggy, is we are now officially out of money, mate.
Right. So
Please do that.
that's the case then, Andy. Bearing in mind, you've got one of the more classic clubs. You know,
1927 we opened.
yeah, one of the more classic clubs, one of the ones that's surviving. How the hell does that leave the club standing then if it's officially just about run out of money?
Well, a lot of them took big loans. So when they do open again, they're not going to survive anyway because they're going to have to pay the loans back. So I don't know. But we've spent about £10,000 of our own money so far.
Really?
So we're getting short in the old barrel, as they say. So I just have to see if I can get it through or not. If I can't, I can't. If I have to close it, we'll have to close it, and that'll be just one of the thousands and thousands that will close. The social clubs are closing like Billy out at the moment.
Yeah,
we can't survive.
Bearing in mind that we did when we spoke it out, I said obviously after the crew party, now we were sort of planning to make a regular thing, you know, with the crew down at the club, which more people were sort of looking forward to doing this year. Unfortunately, you've not had that support. We've not been able to do it. You know, that'd be a bloody shame, mate, if the club does have to close down. And then, yeah, it's just another premises of after so many other premises this year that will have shut, you know.
There'll be thousands and thousands of them. Thousands.
Yeah.
You know, before the lockdown, we were flying. We were making money. We were flying. We were doing the place up like there was no tomorrow. And this come along and it's just destroying us. And to tell you the truth, yeah, you got a bit of help on that first lockdown. All pubs and clubs got £10,000 from the government. But this last lockdown we had, and you got to remember, we've only been open 3 weekends since start of the year. 3 weekends. That's all we've been open. Yeah, right. And all we've got since we had that 10,000 right at the start, we've had 1,300 quid, and they're not giving anybody anything now. Yeah. So we're knackered. And there's thousands and thousands. I've got an app on my phone, which is the CLU app. Yeah. Social clubs, and if you turn it on and read it, it's dire, absolutely dire to what the clubs are just had it, mate. They just had it. It's so sad. The whole concept of social clubs in this country, after this is done, will be finished. You won't have them anymore. And that's what they want. They don't want you in pubs anyway. They don't want you in pubs. They want you sitting at home, watching your Sky and buying a cheap fucking can from the bloody supermarket. That's all they want. They don't want you socialising. When people socialise, people talk. And they talk and they make up decisions and make stuff. That's what they do. We go into a pub, we talk politics or whatever. That's how we make our ideas on life. If you're sitting at home being a bloody cage monkey, like some of your names are, like a cage monkey, you're never ever gonna put your point forward, because it's just gonna be like a rat running around that little thing in your house, round and round and round and round.
I'll tell you what,
you got to remember as well, this is not conspiracy, mate. This is the big reset. Your lives are never going to be the same.
No.
Nobody's life's ever going to be the same. It's the reset. No. And they're resetting it. Got to remember, we got out of our places a little bit. We had Brexit. We had Trump in America. Us ordinary folk got above ourselves. And now we've had a fucking cutthroat and we're back down where we belong. That's what it's all about.
Tell you what.
Sorry.
You say that, and I've seen today that they've already again extended the furlough scheme and the loan breaks and all that sort of rubbish.
Yeah. To April.
Yeah.
Yeah. End of April. So you're not going to get nothing till. So it's going to be over a year. It'll be 13 months of this shit.
Yeah. Or more.
I'm not saying. Yeah. Bill Gates said yesterday or the day before it'll be 2022 before we get back to normal, if we do as we're told. And he actually said that, Bill Gates. If we do as we're told. Because they got you. That big old fun, mate, is down on us all now. You're knackered. Happy thoughts, isn't it?
That's what it is, isn't it? You know,
yeah.
We've all got personal choices as to what we believe and what we don't believe, mate, I don't really sort of air any views too much apart from on a personal level. And of course, you make your own mind up as to what you're going to do and what you're not going to do when it comes to all sorts of things that are being offered at the moment. You know, but it's, you know, I don't care what anybody says. There's a growing force of people who are seriously getting pissed off at a whole lot of this, the way it's been handled, the way the bullshit has been put forward. You know, this, that, and the other. Of course,
Fucker.
But mate, we're not going to go on about the COVID crap. Bike-wise, Andy, what have you been up to?
Bike-wise, bugger all, mate. I ain't been on a bike virtually since we went out with the up the Yarmouth, mate.
Really?
I had time and I've had bike troubles, and as you know, earlier on, because that bike was playing up. And tell you the truth, I just didn't have time, and the weather's been absolutely appalling, isn't it?
Nice. Yeah.
So yeah, I ain't nothing. In fact, I think my bike needs an MOT now, so I've got to get that done out of Christmas and hopefully get a ride on it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were supposed to be on a plane, Nita. Tomorrow. Oh, right.
Ooh.
Tomorrow morning.
Hello, Nita. How are you?
Hello, Weggy, you blind bat.
Yeah, Nita, I'm on a mobile phone. I'm trying to get that close to see who you are, and even then, it goes more blurred. To be honest with you. So there you go. Anyway, Nita, you're supposed to be on the wing tonight, I believe. You're supposed to be.
Tomorrow.
That's
In the
tomorrow.
morning. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so then you'll be back, the love of your life, tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
Kenny boy.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, has Kenny been on it tonight? Has he posted up at all?
He's put a couple of
No, he
messages
said
up.
he could come on.
He's what?
He said he'd come on if you wanted him to.
So
So where are you now, Nita?
Estonia.
Nice.
Russia.
Yeah, I know it. Been Tallinn.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah,
What's the
bodyguarded there.
What's the temperature like out there then? Is it sort of 0, -1?
Fucking cold.
Yeah, it is cold. That's been, what's it been this week, Oliver? -6.
-6.
God.
You got snow then?
It snowed yesterday.
How deep is it?
Not
All the way
worth,
to the bottom.
Not worth sticking your foot on it.
Isn't it?
No.
Really?
That's boring.
You must have a couple
Don't
of
be
your
proper
wheel up.
snow until January, February.
Yeah.
Go on.
I wish we could go back to times when we had proper snow, like in the 80s.
Yeah.
That
Proper
was-
snow that were like 4 to 5 foot thick.
That was
Now, was. They were the days, weren't
Proper jobs, that wasn't it?
they? Proper snow, mate.
good fun.
Yeah.
You'd go out on it, you'd be out on it for 5 hours, and you know for a fact you'd pretty much jump into a log fire when you got back inside because you're that bleeding cold, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. When your fingers were dropping off and you didn't have any toes left.
Yeah.
And Andy,
I actually wish we could go back to the days when we used to. I hope we go back to the days when we used to live in a hole in the road. They were fucking great.
Broad clean.
yeah.
Then.
They were the days.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. It's very cold and out. I don't think I've ever seen anybody so cold as Suffolk, Andy, right? For some of the places we've been. You know that day at Walker's Calf, Andy?
Oh, when my little old thing was about that big. Yeah.
When you,
Yeah, it was a good job.
Small child.
That was a good job, Wick. That was a good job, Wiggy. You had a very, very warm pair of hands, mate. I fucking appreciate
I
it.
know, mate. I'll tell you what, mate. Hey, Andy, that was the first time with 8 gloves.
You brought it back to life and you made it 10 times bigger.
Oh,
That
mate,
weren't very
I know.
big.
That cracked me up. That comment,
63. I went alive getting 63.
that comment that he made, right now, somebody made a point of this, and I hadn't really thought about it. Candy's comment was, he leant over, he said, "Hey, Weggy," he said, "I'm that cold, I've got the cock the size of a small child," right? Right? But then somebody made the comment, well, hold on a minute, that's a fair old sized cock if it's the same size as a small child, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make your bloody eyes water, I tell you. Make your eyes bloody water, Wiggy. I tell you what, you wouldn't want it on your face as a wart, would you?
Jesus, sky
But on top of your head, you'd be called fuck nose, wouldn't you?
like an old Devron.
Yeah. Everybody would think you was a rhinoceros.
I know, absolutely, mate.
Or a unicorn.
A unicorn, a big one.
What's your thoughts on it, Nita?
Don't look at me. I'm going to kill him.
No, we're just looking for some feminine feedback on the cock the size of a small child. That's all I'm saying.
You got bad. You're really bad.
Look, I want to know if Nita's ever had a cock the size of a small child.
Beg your pardon? You are so wrong.
Oh, I'm rude, aren't I?
It's good to see you smiling, Nita. Good to see you smiling. There have been a couple of diamonds, I have.
Oh dear.
I can still, I can still taste that toad in your hole. Toad in the hole.
Oh, frog in a ditch.
Yeah, that's the one.
Ah.
That was lovely, mate. It tasted lovely. One of the best meals I've had in 2020, to be honest with you.
I cook a good frog in a ditch.
We flicked the food. Hey, Nita, we flicked the food peas around the table, didn't we? Huh?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh, dear. Oh, Jesus. Hey, Andy, you seen any pussy videos, maybe?
No, mate. No, I'm not into that anymore. I've turned away from it, mate.
Yeah, she's not
Yeah.
uploaded anything like that recently.
No, she
Even
ain't.
Cactus has stopped uploading anything along those lines, to be honest with you.
He is. He put one up the other day, though, didn't he, about a tank on his bike or something, I did see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still working on his bikes, isn't he? You know, I've never known a guy to change a Triumph in America and a Triumph Bonneville into something completely different every week of the year, to be honest.
Yeah, he's pretty enthusiastic about it, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know,
That's the thing.
You like
Chris,
his bodies.
Chris knows Johnny Cactus well. I mean, obviously Ian Barnish. You know what he's like, don't you, Chris?
Oh, he's fucking brilliant guy. Bonneville mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually, because they swapped bikes, didn't they? He's now got
Yeah.
he's got the American,
It's-
she's got the fine.
Yeah, it's Jenny's America that he's got back, that he's turning into a Bonneville.
Yeah.
And
No,
I likes
she's
his
got a-
music too.
Yeah, Carl knows him well as well, don't you, Carl?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I think the last
Oh,
time
yeah.
he's in a band, isn't he? Wasn't he? He's in a band, isn't he? He was in a band.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
History of Bad
I
Men.
don't know.
History of Bad Men, that's it.
Yeah.
Right.
We're going to
what
need
the
a bigger
last-
boat.
Yeah, I bought the last CD.
Yeah, man, me.
It's actually both me and the missus like it. We actually play a lot in the car.
Yeah, good little band. Good little band. Talented bloke, is Ian.
Yep,
I'm
good
going,
old boy.
boys. I'm going. I'll go.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, okay.
Bye, Nita. See you later,
want
darling.
See you later. You only just got here though.
What?
What? You only just got here.
Hey, Nita.
Yeah.
Nita.
11:30. Fuck.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nita.
Bye.
You got to go into 10 days isolation when you get back in it.
You already know that. I've picked my spot. It's up in my bedroom. My door will be shut.
Yeah.
Right? And I'll have waiter service from the kitchen to the bedroom door.
Are you going to cut a hole in the door so Kenny can pass the plate through?
No, he has to knock on the door, bugger off, and then I can pick a plate up.
Oh,
Yeah. We're going to have a potty as well sticking outside the door and say, "Yo, come and get the potty."
No, use
Hey.
your bathroom.
Probably.
Tell you what, lads, it's like an episode of Dick Turpin in that house. It'll be Nita. He opens the door and she stand and deliver. Right. And then Kenny will rush off. You won't see him for 10 minutes. Right.
Nita, have a little. I reckon you should have a little hole in the door where he can put your small child through.
What's Kenny going on
Gotta
about?
wear a mask.
She said Hilton Hotel in Stansted, mate.
No, the one before.
What's that?
I've just got the wrong glasses on for reading the text. It's something about waking up by a pussy.
Oh yeah, that's me.
I'm going. Bye-bye.
Oh,
All right, darling. Safe
See you,
journey.
Nita.
See you later, mate.
okay. Beats getting woke by a pussy. Okay. Whatever that means.
No, yeah, that was a cat. I was having a kip on Kenny's settee, 3 o'clock in the morning, and there's literally about 10 animals in the house, right? Dogs and cats. I saw them downstairs next to a parrot, right? Because they got the parrot obviously in the cage, and the fucking cat pounced me, and a claw went into me cock, right? And I'm not kidding you, man. I jumped up like hell, obviously asleep. And I slammed me bad leg to the floor and jumped up. Then I twisted the thing and kneecap went flying across the room. And that was less than impressive. And I must admit that it ruined a good night's sleep, to be fair. Otherwise,
I thought you were going to say you jumped up after the cat claw during the parrot shout.
Right.
Fucking sit down, you bastard.
I was like a 70s muff with a noise. All right?
Oh, God.
Fully loaded, mate. Fully loaded with claws. Yeah.
Pussy magnet, mate. Pussy magnet.
Pussy whipped, as they say.
No comment, Wes. No comment.
Oh, no. Anyone want to shut up for a minute? I really feel like having a good 2 beers, man.
Go on then.
Oh, enjoy.
I've got the Hobgoblin Ruby at the moment, Andy.
Oh, that's lovely, mate. I love that.
It's a nice
I
drop.
can't remember what a beer tasted like. For a bloke who run a pub, I ain't drinking that anymore.
No, I've not been drinking a lot lately, really, to be fair.
This is the only night I drink as well.
Yeah. Christ, think about younger days when we used to keep necking the things back on a regular basis.
Bloody hell.
Saturday night. Lovely. But it is what it is. So we'll leave all the drinking too. I don't know. Who's the drinker in the stream at the moment?
I used to be, but not now.
Oh, yeah.
I used to have a few pints a week, but not now.
Chris don't drink, do you, Chris?
No. Only Pepsi Max. Sorry, I'm fucking.
I think I've got problems with the internet, guys.
Oh,
I don't know what I'm trying to get at the end of the fucking strap on because the strap broke in half as well. Fucking thing.
Anyway, like I say, motorcycle wise, it's been extremely quiet. There's nothing on the cards. Obviously, I just can't wait, to get for into the new year to see whether things start sort of lightening up a little bit. So, as far as the Suffolk Crew's concerned, and any other club business and whatever locally, it'd be nice to see some sort of movement forward. Come sort of February, March time. But it's fingers crossed to get it going, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't see anything going anywhere at the moment.
Yeah.
No.
Last I heard was before anything starts getting anywhere near normal, it's going to be November next year.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. Who knows, mate? Who knows? I mean, like I said, that just came out of the blue, and I did double check it today. The strong possibility is, if they go for this regime at Christmas that they're going through, which you make of it what you will, the strong possibility is by the end of January or mid-January, you could go into a full lockdown again.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be too beneficial to anybody.
I've just come up on my phone. Northern Ireland set to enter a 6-week lockdown. 6 week in Northern Ireland.
Yes,
so it's going to come here, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean the Scottish. I mean they're all the rules. The thing is, you've noticed all the rules changing. With say, for instance, the Welsh. I mean, their numbers have gone up supposedly, and obviously the Scottish Christmas is quite a complete different story as well. If I'm right in saying planning wise, but I've not been following that close. I know they're all slightly different at the moment.
Scotland is
I know
probably
that-
the worst.
Yeah. I know the
For-
UK,
for
I mean,
rules.
the UK being recommended, I mean, obviously using the common sense, you know, as to how they handle it, as we were saying earlier. But I think, you know, common sense prevails, mate, to be fair, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't deny there's a virus out there, because there is out there. I'm not a virus denier, but I
Right.
think when they first started, I thought, well, maybe because we didn't know nothing about it and we were unsure. So yeah, I went along with that first lockdown, but I think after a year nearly now of lockdowns, it ain't working. It's not working. And
No, mate.
if you can, that's like being in the trenches in the First World War. They kept telling you to go over the top,
Yeah.
fucking year after year, and you just got slaughtered. And that's what's happening now. They're just not learning from their own mistakes,
Yeah, but
and they
see,
should
the
look at
thing
this a
is,
different approach. You know,
the thing is, I mean, you know, not to go on about it too much again, but the simple fact of the matter is, if that's, you know, this bad as it is now, and they're predicting some sort of lockdown, why the fucking hell are we opening it all up for Christmas, mate? If you're going to play this game, right, play it properly.
Yeah.
If you've got there, you know, just say, look, Christmas is going to be completely different, as you know, and we're going to be sticking to the fucking rules that we've forced you lot into throughout the whole year since February, March time.
Yeah,
know,
I mean, because there's no point having the Christmas bubbles type rubbish just to spread it around to go into another lockdown in bloody January, which is going to happen.
That's the trouble, mate. And you, to be honest, and we're all agreed on this, really. None of us really know what to believe anymore, do we?
No.
I'll be honest with you, mate.
It's whatever
Seriously, do
suits on the day, innit?
Yeah. You keep moving the goalposts like that, mate. The amount of confusion in this country now is should never have.
out there that you could try other things. They're not, but they're
Yeah, I
not.
know.
They've got to look at it in a different way, and see if there's a different way through this. You know, because at the moment they're destroying their own countries with our industry and whatever.
You know, it's like it's. I mean, I can understand the furloughs, this that, and the other, to a point, but I mean, there's the amount of borrowing we're going into now is just absolutely crazy. I mean, even locally, Andy, you've seen. I mean, it's like Ipswich Town. I had to go up the bank the other day to sort out some business, and I'll tell you what, Ipswich Town is absolutely wrecked. It is dead. You've got the big store, Debenhams, which is now pretty much. Well, it's on its last legs because it's going to be finished by January, February time, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the town is actually completely decimated. It's a sad sight to see, but they've not done enough to protect it. The rates for businesses in the town has been through the roof. It's killed businesses, same as online shopping. But at the end of the day, I still believe that had they have done this properly, that you could still have saved the high street to a point. If it had been a little bit of leeway here and there.
High Street has been dying for quite a while, actually, with online buying and whatever. The only people getting rich out of this is like Amazon. They're raking it in.
Yeah.
They're raking it in. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're raking it in, and they pay no taxes either. That's just disgusting.
There's a company that I've been following for years and years. You've probably heard of them. You might not have done. Well, I'm into me hi-fis and home cinemas with the proper gear and a company called Richer Sounds.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Well, Richer Sounds have always been a company where they've always been able to charge less than your average top hi-fi shop, purely for the fact that they've always rented smaller properties, maybe in a back street, and they're on the shelving capacity. There's no bullshit. The stuff is brand new, it's boxed, and it's in a shop, right? And you phone up if you've got it, or if they haven't got it, they'll get it in for you. And I tell you what, they've thrived over the years. They really have. And Carl, if you know anything about Richer Sounds.
Oh yeah, I've had a few bits from Richer Sounds. Yeah. Definitely the cheapest place to go. And you ask them. They ask them questions, and they know the bloody hell they're talking about as well. Not like going into Curry's.
No. The great thing about
avoid that fucking place.
No, they do, mate. Richer Sounds. They the staff that I've always dealt with have always been dedicated, and because they're looked after. And when you've asked them about, when perhaps you're going in for a record deck, or whether you're going in for a nice HX Pro cassette deck in the day, or the Marantz CD player, or multiple separate parts of a system. And these guys would spend an hour, 2 hours setting up a system for you to listen to in a proper little dedicated listening room if you wish. And they all they wanted, right, was your custom, and they'd make sure that they somehow, without forcing you to buy it, you'd buy it because you'd obviously, and you also used to get discounts as well whilst you're in the shop. That's a silly thing, you know.
Yeah.
You start to walk out the shop, say, "Oh, mate, it's fantastic." I'll tell you what, when you or whatever they used to sort of, what they call you, because they get to know your name personally, and you say, "Tell you what, we're not going to turn it off," and then you start walking, you close the door and you walk back and you pick it up, you know.
Yeah. There used to be one in Coventry, but it got ram raided twice, so they just closed it down.
Yeah,
I used to get that in the one down the road from me. It's got fucking great big posts outside it now.
Yeah.
Shame, isn't it? But I think that's the sort of company I like dealing with. It's probably the sort of company that has also, survived quite well because they also had quite a big online service as well, if I'm right.
I got these headphones from them on their online bit. The Sennheiser. Fucking excellent.
Yeah, you probably paid about 70, 80, 90 pounds less than what you would have paid in a normal retail shop for them.
Yeah, probably. It would have been about that because I bought a headphone amp. So I haven't got that on when I'm talking, but if I want music on, I put the amp on these headphones and I get studio quality sound at live gig volume.
Nice.
Without distorting. It's brilliant. I can't hear a fucking thing for 2 days after.
I do. I've done it for years, mate. Played at the highest volumes. Admittedly, the Bluetooth Sony's headphones I've got now sound fantastic, but they don't go as loud as say a wired set of headphones. It's just the fact that they're made. I think they've reduced headphone levels at some point to save people's ear holes. People like me, really.
Yeah. They've done that, but all the Bluetooth stuff takes up more space in the headphones, so the speaker size is smaller.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, you've got that, and then you've got the noise cancelling, but even then, it sort of extends it a little bit further as well. But,
I'll tell you how good these are. I've got a big pair of over-the-ear Bose ones, and they're sound cancelling. And when I've got these on loud, I have to wear the Bose ones over the top so that my missus can't hear it.
Yeah.
And it's not just she can hear. It's not that she can hear fucking everything.
I'll be irritated more with headphones than I have with actual speakers, to be honest. Sometimes because
I blew these out of the ears the first time I got them with the amp, and I put them in and I turn the amp up to full, and then I use the laptop volume to control it. And for some reason, the laptop volume was on flat out 100. I put it on, and the first thing that come on was the bass note and Phil Collins. Fucking boom! And they just both of them just popped straight out.
I'll tell you, mate, them old headphones, right? You had the bass so high, they'd actually lift themselves off your ears with the fucking bass drums. Right, No, great, mate. You can't beat a decent pair of headphones.
No, these are pretty good.
The simple fact of the matter is, if you don't want to listen to anything else in your fucking house, you just put them on with the noise cancelling happy days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Some of the gaming headphones are pretty pretty good. You can hear every bloody thing. You can even hear people creeping up on you. You can hear the footsteps. Through your ears. God.
Type headphones, didn't you, as well?
Yeah, the old gamers. Yeah, so they're bloody not cheap.
It's surprising when you wear the decent headphones, you pick up a whole different sound to the tracks that you're listening to. So I never realised that bass note was in there, or that bass drum's different to what I can normally hear, because it's now all of a sudden you've got like a double bass, or you've got there's an offbeat coming in there and stuff like that. It's fucking amazing.
You know what? That's the difference. We've spoken. I know we're sort of talking about music and this and the other. Do you know on various? If you use sort of top class, if you go from mid-range to say high-end hi-fi separates, and especially with high-end record decks, with a real shit-hot cartridge and stylus, I'll tell you what, the nuances and the instruments that you hear that you would never hear on anything less is incredible. No. I think, Jesus Christ, I'm now listening to it in a totally different way. It's amazing. I suppose one of the biggest tests I ever used, because I've always loved the big separate systems, which I've built a good few over the years in the home cinemas. It's the fact when you've got a decent rig, a decent set of good speakers, You know, all honesty, I love the rock music and the metal. But I'll tell you what, you stick on something like Beethoven's Fifth, right, when it opens up every range, right, possible of the sound source is incredible.
Yeah.
You know, and the power in orchestral music, man, is crazy. I don't particularly like it, but the actual sound that it produces is immense when you play it out.
Yeah.
Phenomenally good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like a lot of symphonic metal as well.
Yeah, same here, mate. Same here.
Yeah, Nightwish and stuff like that.
Yeah, I love all that. Love all that. Symphonic, and I love the power metal as well. You know, with all the, obviously the sort of the powerful drumming, the bass, and the guitars. And the sort of more melodic type of metal rather than your thrash all the time. You know, and the death stuff. Of course, there's nothing wrong with sticking a spot of Val Doonick on every now and then, Andy.
Yeah. Or Donny Osmond. Yeah, good Donny Osmond or...
No, I took the Val Doonick off to put Ken Dodd on.
Yeah, it's been hard. Yeah. Ken Dodd, who's the other Ken Dodd album? Yeah, he used to have the old Diddy Men track on it. And I think there's another track called Where's Me Shirt. If you get a chance to play Ken Dodd and the Diddy Men, Where's Me Shirt on YouTube, give it a spin because it's quite a good track, actually. Seriously.
Marvellous.
Nigel Pontably Small Piece.
You'll be going through Denny O'Rafferty's motor car in a minute.
Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah. Hey, so anyway, lads, what's your favourite song for Christmas? Not that I'm listening to any at the moment. What's the one that get on your tits then? What's your worst possible?
I don't like that Pogues and Kirsty McCall one.
You don't like it?
No.
That's okay.
Just I don't know why. I can't say that it's crap music, crap lyrics. Wiggy's on another text then.
Feel better for that, Wiggy?
It's just a ring coming, mate. I've got all my...
Yeah, but which ring?
Nothing wrong with thrash. I agree there.
Yeah, anyway, so I think...
Max Bygraves, yay.
I'm trying to think of a crap Christmas song. Driving Home for Christmas, Do Get On Your Tits.
Oh, God, yeah.
One of my favourites. I mean, you've got to love the old Wizard number. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
Still got
Oh, yeah, and Slade.
Slade, yeah.
More so the Wizard one. But I'll tell you what, trying to think now. The Darkness, I love their track back in about 1990. Oh, what is it? 2005 that was. Yeah, you know the one. Whatever.
Yeah.
Christmas told.
They got a number one with that, didn't they?
I think they did, mate. Yeah. You know, it sounded very. I know this. Justin sort of based himself a little bit around the glam rock era with his style and the sound, but the actual track itself did sound very sort of glam rockish. You know, from that era, didn't it?
Like a throwback.
Very sweet orientated.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't like that fucking Cliff Richard one either. Fucking mistletoe and fucking whinging, whining bastard.
Yeah. Yeah, and that what's that one? Was it Mariah Scary? Oh, God.
I don't mind that.
Oh, she warbles like.
She's released that this year, and they reckon that could be number one for Christmas.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah, after 20 odd years, 20 years ago or something.
I'll tell you what I did here, right, Eddie? Fucking Wombling Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Wombling Merry Christmas. Yeah. I remember that.
Good old
I've not heard the Wombles for fucking ages, man.
I can't say I've got fucking CDs with the Wombles on.
No.
I'll tell you what, they had the very best of the Wombles. Remember You're a Womble, and they had the fucking Christmas Womble song on it.
They did.
All the usual shit that went when Ori Nogo and God knows who else was in the fucking Wimbledon Common, at that time. But of course, they released an album, and the funny thing was, it was a COVID-friendly Mike Batt, right, that released it, wasn't it? You remember, right?
Yeah. So he actually had some quite decent groups under him, didn't he?
I did, yeah.
I can't think of it. Wasn't Bananarama under him at one stage?
Probably knowing them, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know, how fucking daft is this? there was a YouTube video come up, and you know when you're watching them, you get all the related ones, and then there's always one fucking weird one.
Yeah.
And the weird one that come up was a Graham Norton show with Bananarama Live original lineup.
All right.
And they did Cruel Summer, and it was fucking good.
Yeah.
And I thought, how old are them girls? And you know, Siobhan is fucking 62.
Yeah, I know.
I couldn't believe it.
Well, the prettiest out of the birds married Dave Stewart. I think it was his name,
That was Siobhan, wasn't it? That was Siobhan married him.
Yeah.
And then Karen and Sarah were the blonde one and the dark one.
That's it. Yeah.
I like Karen.
Did they go on Stockhagen and Mortman for a while as well? Like the rest of the country.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stockhagen and Mortman are sort of the 80s version of Chin and Chapman back in the 70s.
Did they start singing with back and group for Funboy 3 or something like that?
Yeah, they were. They were, mate. Yeah,
I think they did.
Banana
Yeah, Funboy 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
know,
I thought they did.
3. Well, originally,
while ago.
What the hell were the Funboy 3 originally? They were the
specials.
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 Yeah. That's
that
it.
Ghost Day and all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Terry Allslop.
That's the guy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. We're talking about some proper
I
old.
didn't mind that. Yeah, I didn't mind that sort of stuff at the time. I don't say I listen to it now, but I didn't mind it.
If I remember rightly, he lives around by me somewhere.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Suggs from Madness lives around here as well.
Fucking madness. I love that band. You know what's I sort of questioned myself in those days because I had all rock and metal, right? All rock and metal. Cheers, mate. All rock and metal in the days, and then I went and bought One Step Beyond by Madness, and I made sure the bag you couldn't see through it as I walked home. Right? No, seriously. You do what?
I did the same.
One Step Beyond by Madness. The album was fantastic. Loved it. Yeah.
I remember going into, I think it was Our Price Records, and I was into everything.
Yeah.
And I bought Michael Jackson Thriller on VHS about 6 months before it was due to be released over here. I had to buy it under the counter.
Yeah.
And the mate, he put it in a brown paper bag for me, and it looked like a fucking porn video. I had to smuggle it home.
Walking home in his flasher Mac.
Yeah. Got me video in my brown paper bag and me bottle of fucking cider.
I don't want to. Remember Woolworths used to have their own brand of records called Chevron.
Oh yeah, similar to K-Tel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going back a bit.
Oh, God.
Hey, they used to make all their money at Christmas time, didn't they? Fucking K-Tel this, K-Tel that.
Yeah, but Chevron records, right? They're all there. They're one stack, right? And they're about £5 cheaper than the rest of the albums by everybody else. And you soon sussed out why. Because that'd be the best of Shawaddy Waddy, the best of God knows who. And they weren't the band, were they? They were a rip-off band.
The top of the pops, 1975.
Oh, yeah.
And all songs by the same group.
Yeah. So I think I thought with Stepfather sort of the best of the four tops, right? That might have been the four tips. But, you know, they changed the name down the bottom with a band that had sort of come out of Soho or something right on a weekend, you know, and they used them to produce the sounds for this album. And of course, that's fairly similar, but it still weren't the four tops. It was the four tips. Yeah. But the album was only probably about £1.50 at the time, so you didn't worry because you could throw it against the wall and not cry over it. You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I've been almost caught a couple of times, and I've been downloading stuff on YouTube, not on YouTube, on iTunes.
Yeah.
And you think, oh, that's the album I want, and you go to click on it. And you think, hang on a minute, that's a fucking various artists' album, and all sung by the same group. What's going on there?
Exactly.
That's why it's $3.99 and not $15.99.
Yeah.
Oh, well, speaking of music, still.
What are you eating, Wiggs?
It's orange drizzle cake, lemon drizzle cake.
Oh man!
Oh, with sprinkles.
Lovely. Oh mate, no, it's got no sprinkles on it. It's just loads of sugar. It's lovely. Right, I'll tell you what, comes from the local source, man. That is fucking beautiful. It really is. Well, I don't eat a lot of cake, being a slim sort of bloke like I am, you know.
I fucking I do like a bit of cake, but I've been really good. I've been losing weight, hence the fucking the Fitbit.
Happy days.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember, right? What the hell was that now? There used to be a guy who used to have his orchestra. He used to produce albums for all sorts of movies and stuff, right? What the hell?
Bacharach.
No, Jeff something or other, and his orchestra.
Oh, Jeff Love. Jeff
Love. Yeah, and the Jeff Love is all sorts of...
Fucking hell, sad are we?
Fucking hell, I know.
I don't know where you pulled that one out from. Brilliant. I would have been. I'd never have thought of that.
He's a black guy, wasn't he? Right? And
only in the dark.
I remember buying all the war films, with the 663 Squadron, and you had the Battle of Britain and all that sort of stuff. He covered Bridge over the River Kwai. He covered about 10 films with his orchestra. Yep. I'll tell you what, that was an absolutely brilliant album. That really was. All the others were shit, but this one was good.
Yeah, I can remember listening to that album when I was a kid, and I think it was 633 Squadron, and I'm running around the front room with my arms out like wings. Oh, fucking
doing some dam busters.
Yeah.
Stitch has got the album. I've seen the band live, man. I've seen them live.
Oh, Dave Bartram, Mr. Big Gob.
I see Showaddy Waddy live right in 1976. Ipswich Go
on. Good band.
At their best. I don't know what that good gig.
When I saw them, the band that was best actually was a band called Fog.
Yeah.
Never heard of them.
I see Showaddy Waddy at the bandbox at Colchester. Before, when the bandbox at Colchester, I see Showaddy Waddy.
Really?
Yeah, that's before they got famous, and they just been promoted, and they couldn't get out of the contract for the bandbox, so they had to do it. Yeah.
If I remember rightly, Eddie, Showaddy Waddy made their name on New Faces, mate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They'd won that. They'd won that.
And it was on one of the Saturday morning ones. I don't think it was Swap Shop, but maybe what was that one that Sally James used to do?
It was.
Might have been that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, mate. Fucking hell, Sally James. Jesus Christ.
Top totty for the time.
Stitchy said she wasn't old. She's not old enough to watch them live.
Okay.
Yeah,
you must remember Showaddy Waddy coming to Ipswich in 1976.
Yeah, so I went to Colchester before that and see them at the bandbox. They just won that competition on Tully, and they couldn't get out of the contract, so they had to go. And the only thing I'll tell you about, the thing I will tell you about them, I remember, all their teddy boy coats and stuff they used to wear.
Yeah,
they're all going in on rails after rails of all these jackets and trousers and stuff. Yeah.
They were a brilliant band, mate. I'll tell you what, they right. I mean, in their day, Dave Bartram, you had Romeo Challenger, the black drummer, and you had real good characters in that band and really good musicians.
Yeah,
good singer as well.
Romeo was a good drummer.
He was a good drummer. They had two drummers, if you remember rightly, as well.
Yeah. I was just going to say that.
Because he used to double up on the old kettle drums, didn't he? Sorry, timpani, if you're that way inclined.
Yeah, timpani with Under the Moon of Love.
That's it.
But you can't beat, I'll tell you what, you get the old Hey Rock and Roll. You remember the original came out?
Yeah.
Yeah. You had Hey Rock and Roll, because they all stamping their feet in them days, weren't they? Yeah, good time, mate. Yeah, I was playing some Sweet the other day as well on Alexa. Sweet FA album. Never played it. Sweet FA.
That was a third album, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they did the two Chinny Chap albums. Then they decided, sod this crap. We're going to actually play proper rock, and it bombed.
Yeah, that's a problem because they were a rock band. Sweet were an ultimate rock band at the time, like every other band. To get some notoriety, right? They went into the typical Stock Aitken and Waterman type thing with Chin and Chapman. Right, they played all that commercial shit, admittedly blockbuster, was a cracking number, same as Fox on the Run, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Blip.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, Sweet FA was proper out and out sweet.
It was good metal stuff, wasn't it?
Yes, please, mate.
Yeah,
Oh,
good heavy rock.
Yeah, but I'll have a coffee. Thank you.
I mean, some of the old Quo stuff was like that.
Yeah.
I actually like their first album was actually nothing like you'd think.
No.
Their first album, it was just you wouldn't think it was Status Quo if you heard it.
No. Do you know what, Carl? I don't know if you've seen one or two of my posts up recently on Facebook over the last couple of 3 months, but I've really got into. I've always been a massive fan of Status Quo up to about 1976. I've been playing a lot of their stuff that they used to play at the Beat Club night live, and I tell you what, it's absolutely fantastic. 1970 to 1973 Status Quo is just unbelievable. I just love it to death, really do.
Yeah,
that's
they were good live as well, Weggy. They were very good live. Yeah.
yeah.
Did you see them, Andy, when they come down to Ipswich and play in the Railway?
Yeah. No, I didn't go to the Railway, but I see them at the Gaumont.
Yeah, I see them at the Gaumont.
Yeah, years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, they rocked the place. Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, always a good band, mate. I tell you what, as rock bands who are doing covers, you'd never fail, mate. You'd never fail to get people on that floor with either a Status Quo number or a Mud number.
Yeah.
Mate.
Good old bit of Tiger Feet.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, one of my favourite rock tracks is by Slade, and that's Born to Be Wild.
Really?
I think Slade, Born to Be Wild by Slade is one of the best versions I think I've ever heard. It's brilliant.
I don't think I've heard Andy. The thing about Slade is I always liked Slade at a point. Right? But I'll tell you what, Slade came back as a heavy rock band in the 80s. You remember that, Cole?
Oh, yeah.
They played Donington. I'll tell you what, they were a hell of a rock band. Hell of a rock band.
I saw them in their Weenie Bopper days. And live, they were a different band.
Oh, mate. Noddy Holden's voice, he didn't need a mic, did he?
Nah. Yeah, but Wiggy, you want to have a listen to that? Slade, Born to Be Wild. You want to listen to that when you get a chance?
Is that the same as the Steppenwolf one?
Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah, brilliant. So on one of their albums on that, because I had the album with it on, and that was about the only decent rock one on there. But yeah, they could play proper heavy rock if they wanted. You know, I know
my old man had one of the original. He used to have original Slade anyway. You remember the old tracks like "My Friend Stan," right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to always have a slight spelling mistake, didn't they, in the titles?
Oh yeah, yeah. Come and feel the noise, like no, it's N-I-O-Z-E.
Yeah, there's always a slight spelling mistake.
I've just got to break this up a little bit, but someone's just made a text somewhere, and I'm now known as Woggy instead of Weggy. Woggy. I mean, look, Woggy. Oh.
Woggy? No, not really.
Woggy, but I mean, I certainly don't up top.
It's not like you can say in this political correct road. No, I'm not going down that road with you, Weggy. Oh, Woggy.
So, Gordon, who had the CB 1000Rs then? Or 1100Rs? Obviously, some band or other we were talking about.
I can't really
know. That CB 1100R, I used to love that bike.
That's the one pictures of Matchstick Men.
Yeah.
Their first album from Status Quo.
Yeah.
You hear that?
That's a Slade one, is it?
That's the Slade one, yeah.
Good version.
Stop it there before you get moaned up for fucking.
Copyright shit.
It's less than 30 seconds, so we're okay.
Everyone to their own, mate. I still prefer the Steppenwolf number, mate. You know. But it is what it is. Born to Be Wild. I mean, if I remember rightly, the Cult covered that as well on an Electric album.
There's been loads of covers of it, isn't they? That's a classic song, and they've all done it, isn't they?
Born to Be Wild.
Yeah.
The only Cult song that I really like is She Sells Sanctuary. Fucking excellent.
I must admit, I'm a big fan of the Colt, and to be honest with you, Chris, you've probably seen these Colt Sanctuary, mate. You can sell your soul for the number. It really is that good. In fact, it's probably one of my favourite numbers of all time, mate. To be honest.
Yeah, it's right up there for me too. Brilliant track.
You get a chance. I don't know if Andy's listened to it. She Soul Sanctuary by the Colt, Andy.
No, I don't think I have actually.
No.
Brilliant,
mate. Absolutely.
I was never into the Colt.
Really?
I'm not into them, but I heard the track and I thought I fucking like that, and then I found out who it was, and it really surprised me.
Yeah, really good. Really good.
Yeah, it's a decent track. I won't put it in a list of my top 10, mind.
Yeah.
What? Not even with fucking Cliff Richard?
No. You got Donny Osmond and things like that coming before him. My God, man.
And the Bay City Rollers, they're being
Bay City Rollers, yeah. They were good.
Bay City Rollers, Les McSpewen getting his hair ripped out. You remember when the Bay City Rollers had their own show in the 70s?
Yeah.
I couldn't find it.
Like hell, right? And they jump out on McEwen losing his wig, have his nuts grabbed the lot, fucking strip his pants off, and then they go running across the stage, and then the fucking force would come in and sort it all out, and they still carry on playing, wouldn't they?
Yeah. I remember I was about 13, 14, something like that, and my mate's big sister and her mate fucked off for 3 days without telling anybody to go and see him.
Yeah, really.
And they fucking hitchhiked all over the country. I think they were like 15, 16 at the time.
Yeah.
All the old tartan gear on.
Yeah, but certain bands come along and you get millions of women just throwing their fucking drawers at them. It never happened to us. Well, it did, but they weren't,
Wasn't the right drawers, was it? You get a pair of 1950s shit catchers thrown at you.
I think they're fucking Spanx things, mate. They used to cover the whole band in one lot, you know.
in beige.
And they're still wet. That's a problem.
Yeah, they took them off because they pissed themselves.
Suffocation involved, especially with the drummer, because that's what they used to do. Although the fucking drummer was.
That's when they chuck the tenor ladies at you, mate. You've got to worry.
I tell you what, people take the death on them things, mate. I tell you, you've seen that. Yeah, terrible. That's a good name for a band, isn't it, really? You think about it, tenor ladies.
Tenor ladies.
Think about it.
The damp pads.
Fucking tenor ladies.
That's kind of like a backing group name, isn't it? Can you imagine like Suffocandy and the damp pads?
Oh, you could have Woggy and the tenor ladies. Yeah, Woggy and the tenor ladies.
Woggy, yeah. Woggy.
Brings a whole new meaning to the three tenors, doesn't it?
Well, it's strange though. You had these bands who would come along, say for instance, the Bay City Rollers, who, they weren't really fucking, top musicians or anything, but they just had something that the females just loved. Don't know what it was, mate. Was it the tartan shit they used to wear?
Hair.
Fucking hair or whatever. I mean, Les McSpewen was an ugly bastard anyway, but still he had loads of women still fucking landing on his head.
You look at all the bands back around that time that the girls used to go fucking mad for, and it was all about haircuts.
Yeah, another one was David Cassidy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah, David Cassidy, yeah.
Cassidy. And then you had
David Essex was the big one, though, wasn't he? David Essex was the big one.
Yeah.
David Soul. He used to be on obviously Starsky and Hutch and that, and he'd probably do that fucking Silver Lady number or something like that.
Yeah.
And the women couldn't get the old soul, could they? At the time. No. I mean, you wouldn't have got fucking Ironside coming on stage, would you?
He'd never get the wheelchair up the fucking steps.
Fucking bloke. It's the sort of bloke you wanted Colin Firth to meet, you know what I mean? And fucking, just to fucking wrap him up with a 2-litre V6 or something, Send him off over a cliff, bastard. That sort of shit, you know what I'm saying? No, we come out with some crap, Carl.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've had a laugh, mate. It's just fucking nice to be sitting down, sort of playing.
So just chill out, relax, and fucking.
I don't think I can actually say who my favourite, because I'm a bit older than you boys, so my era really was the 70s. But I can't actually say who my favourite of all time band is. I can't say that because there's so many.
I haven't got a favourite all time band either.
Nah,
I've got favourites in genres, but
Yeah.
the only claim to fame I've got when it comes to bands, I can honestly and truly tell you that I have seen the Beatles live.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, my mother did. My mother did at the Gaumont.
That's the one. Yeah, I was
And
9 years old.
And I'll tell you who done that, who brought the Beatles down, was Mr. Barry Dye. Well, you probably know Barry Dye, Andy. He's been the promoter of, on the music scene for years and years and years.
Yeah. I was 9 years old.
I don't know what's going on there.
The only thing I can remember about it is I can't remember the performance that much, but I can remember all the girls screaming. They were going crazy. And when you came out, all the St. John's ambulance was all out in the foyer, and there was like hundreds of girls in sort of collapsing because they got so hysterical, and they're all lying on these stretchers, hundreds of them. Yeah, so I remember. They went crazy. Yeah. Huh?
I don't know what it was. I suppose, it's a euphoria of, I suppose it's something that grows, and not necessarily the guys themselves. I suppose it's the whole package, the music at the time. It's just one of those things, mate. I suppose media helped as well. The Beatles were sort of well mediated up. And I mean, personally, I've never been a fan of the Beatles. I could be fairly straight up about it.
No. The only one I've saw like it is back in the USSR.
Yeah,
I like some of their stuff. I wouldn't say I was a fan of the Beatles, but I like some of the tracks and that. Same as the Stones. I'm not really a fan of the Stones, but some of the tracks are fantastic.
Yeah. Actually, there's a band that sticks out for me sort of in the 70s, and that's an American band. It's a Grand Funk Railroad. They stand out for me quite a lot.
I've heard of them. Yeah.
And a slightly different genre. Right, is an American guy that is local, Gino Washington and the Ram Jam Band. Man.
Yeah, the Ram Jams,
Yeah, if you ever get a chance to listen to Gino Washington and the Ram Jam Band live, that just blow you away. Absolutely blow you away. But luckily, now I suppose, Led Zeppelin played St. Matthew's Barbs back in 1969. I know. I weren't there, obviously, because I was only 4. I know. I think there's no people who obviously went there. I think it's about 69.
Wiggy's kicked up outside in his fucking denims, ready to go, though.
Probably rolled past with a fucking tenor lady stuck on me forehead or something. Because it's raining, because women used to do silly things with kids in them years, didn't they? Used to wrap you up in a fucking plastic thing, just to keep you dry, that sort of stuff,
Have you ever heard, Weggy, when they used to have they had the big pop concert at Wheelie on the way to Clacton in the 70s, early 70s? Yeah, they had a massive one there once. So many hippies turned up. There's thousands of people. That was at Wheelie. I don't know if that was a Wheelie thing or it just happened once, a one-off, But I can remember a Wheelie being out there and all these hippies everywhere. Yeah.
They're supposed to contact you if they're going to be late.
I still remember being, being a kid I do remember certain things, about 4 or 5, and that must have been sort of near the end of the hippie period, but we were in town, and you remember certain things. And I remember, obviously, in them days, being a shortish little 4-year-old, whatever it was, walking through the town with my mum and dad, and all the women had fucking micro skirts on, just literally just below those cheeks. And even in them days, you think, Jesus, man, I'm looking forward to the future.
The mini skirt.
But the thing is, when you're that age, the mini skirt was fucking here in line with you. So it was fucking brilliant.
It was, mate. It was. I'm not going to put rude stuff on here. You know what I mean? I mean, as a kid, you could sit on the floor and look up the skirts and that sort of shit. Anyway,
you're not allowed to do that anymore, Wiggy.
No. We're not. Being a kid, you never used to do that purposely. Obviously, it was a mistake. I'm trying to think what else to say now. I'll fuck myself up.
Dug yourself into a hole.
It's probably best to fucking end that one there.
I do remember, though, obviously walking through town in them days, and of course you remember all the flowery type gear and all that sort of stuff, and people, you know, with fucking platform shoes who were about 6 or 7 inches and all that sort of shit. So I do remember them times vaguely, you know. But, then you moved into the 70s, and of course came glam rock.
Oh, glam rock, yeah.
Glam rock.
Yeah, it was quite a good era, that was.
I'm just sitting back thinking about because when me and mum and my dad split up and that, we went and lived over a shop in Nackland Road in Ipswich, and he used to play the old top 40 back in the late 70s, early 70s. It's about 1972. This was 1972, 73. And I think it was the band, I can't remember the name there, but they released the track Typically Tropical as the name of the band, I think.
Yeah.
That was the name of the band, and it was Coconut Airways.
Yeah, that was it. It was. That's a track I've just thought of, and I was sitting there. I was pissing down the rain and lightning, and this track come on. I thought, that's different. Oh,
this is Captain Tobias Wilcox welcoming you aboard, number.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if I'm ever in a musical quiz, mate, I'm having him with me. I'll tell you, he knows every bloody thing. You're on my quiz thing for a musical thing.
I fucking love my music. my main problem is I don't generalise on one genre. I'm all across the board, but I don't like opera.
I don't like jazz. I can't avoid jazz.
I like some jazz.
No, I just can't get it.
See, jazz itself has got like genres inbuilt into it now, because you'll have like traditional jazz and jazz funk and fucking metal jazz and
jazz fusion's good.
Yeah,
jazz fusion, and that's very technical, especially from a drummer's perspective. Some jazz drumming is
that's all on triples, isn't it?
Yeah, because you had the likes of sort of Buddy Rich in them days, you know, and Dave Weckl, you know, some of the top jazz drummers.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. I make the smallest of drum kits sound like something bigger than, you know, the double bass 15-piece kit could sound. You know, they do exactly the same thing. Jazz, blues I don't mind.
Who was the other drummer around the same time as Buddy Rich? Was it Gene Krupa?
No, it could be, yeah.
I think so. Yeah. They used to have drum offs.
Yeah, I know Henry Cooper was boxing at the time.
Yeah.
He used to use aftershaves, didn't he?
Yeah.
Good old brute.
He was a brute, man. And then he took it over to fucking Kevin Keegan, didn't he? And now Vinnie Jones is doing it.
That's it, yeah, absolutely. Fucking brute 33, eh? And I'm sure that
you had high karate aftershave.
That was the first aftershave
had high karate.
I ever had.
Yeah, it was. He had the Old Spice, mate, didn't he? The old surfboard.
I still like Old Spice. It smells quite nice.
Yeah.
I've got all the designer stuff upstairs, but fucking most of it just smells like cat's piss.
I do, mate, doesn't it? Old Spice, the old man that's all he ever used to wear, mate, Old Spice, and my brother thought it was a drink. When he was about 12 years old, and they literally downed the bottle, and they had the stomach pumping in about 4 hours later. But he smoked sweet as arsehole.
Old Spice rum.
Yeah, he did, seriously, hasn't he, brother Darren? He did that. And that wasn't the best move because that's quite expensive stuff. You know?
So what do you think? Somebody's put in the comments they can't stand rap. What do you think about rap, Ben? Do you like rap?
That's crap.
Not really.
Some of it's okay.
Very, very few songs. Probably count on one hand the rap songs that I like.
Don't get me wrong. I think some of the rap artists are sort of.
It's very clever. It just
very clever stuff.
I know I can't fucking do it.
I think my rap listening ended with the Sugar Hill Gang in 1979.
Yeah, Rapper's Delight.
That's the one. That was it, mate. That killed it. You know. And then you had breakdance and all that shit. And,
flash dance, break dance.
I was even then in them days. I thought, bring back disco, you bastards. Let's crash out the Bee Gees and rev it up. Right?
There's been some good shit about, hasn't they?
Mild Gear went out and bought the Saturday Night Fever album. Saturday Night Fever. I'm sure that had that Green Day. It was in Greece, wasn't it? Travolta.
Yeah. All done.
Yeah.
Oh, you just put the other stuff away. Okay, I'll just get out of the way when you need the fridge.
Is that Mrs. Horton?
Yeah, she's at fucking Tesco's just delivered nearly an hour late.
Really?
Cunts.
Yeah.
Assholes.
Oh,
Oh,
Morrison's. Morrison's, not Tesco's. Sorry, Tesco's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the Mrs. Horton from Peggy. She knows me.
Yeah, Weggy says hello. Hello.
Hello.
I won't turn the camera around because, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Oi, that's like a fucking black hole from down here.
Jesus Christ. Did she put the drawers on you?
She bent over picking all the shopping up.
You know. Yeah. Jesus Christ, Chris. Did she did one that thing about the, you know, you shared my post earlier on about the Christmas Day, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Is that the case or what? Because somebody else laughed when I told them.
Oh, fucking, I've shared it all over the place, mate.
Jesus Christ, mate, yeah.
I share everything.
Yeah. I can't remember how it went now, but yeah.
Got no boundaries.
Yeah, we could get kicked off YouTube if I mention it. You know. I'll tell you what, I've just heard we're being repeated in the kitchen, mate. It's about a 15-second delay.
15 seconds. Is there a delay?
I did that. I think it was the first time I was on here. I had the watch channel open as well, and I'm thinking, why have I got this fucking echo? It's about 5 seconds late, and I couldn't suss it up. It fiddling and fucking around. Of course, I had the other window open with the volume on.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Anyway, how many people are watching? Just for a matter of interest.
17 million. No, just 7 million. So 7 million.
7 million.
Yeah.
7 million.
Good boy.
Not bad. Not bad, is it? 17 million.
It's only sorry, 7. It's only 7, mate. 7. I got a bit. No, I exaggerated slightly.
That's right.
You haven't really added into it because you've only added naught, and naught is nothing. So
yeah, I've added nothing to it.
Yeah,
right.
Just a lot of nothing.
Yeah, I suppose really we've let the while things have been going on, we let the sort of platform die a little bit. We'll get it up and running big time, you know, in the new year. I think, you know.
Yeah.
You know, but to be honest with you, I mean, you could put it down as a biker's badge and whatever you want to do, but there's no biking going on. So in reality, it's just us boys having a bit of a crack. And
That's it.
Yeah.
We're still bikers. Don't have to be bike orientated chat to have a bit of fun, do you?
I'm still a biker. I've got no bikes. Happy days. That's fantastic, isn't it?
You got your name on one, no?
The biker spirit lives in a Ford Focus, Andy.
Absolutely. As long as you got think bike in the back window, you're all right, mate.
Exactly.
I did hear you say that you sold your Bandit and you've got a car. I did hear you say that.
Just made sense, mate. I mean, you know, I've not been independent for God knows how long now. And, you know, the bike wasn't getting used. It's all been, you know, there's loads of money thrown at it. It would aim at Cox motorcycles. You know, I was ready to go, mate. I love the bike. I could have kept it. I had no reason really to sell it, but I thought it's time for a reboot, you know. So come.
The point is, Weggy, you're going to have to see how your leg heals up and what sort of bike you'll be able to ride. If you're like me, you know, because I've got a false knees, you know, with a bloody great scar like you, I can't sit on a real tight sport bike because I can't get to the gears. So you're going to have to be the same boat. You might find you might have to go to a certain genre of bike just to sit on the bloody thing to get to the gears, mate.
Oh,
you know, because that's going to be.
I'm stretching. I'm doing as much stretching with the leg as I possibly can, Andy. I'm trying to get as much. I've now got a good 90-degree bend in the knee, and I'm probably getting a little bit more than that, to be honest with you. So I'm pretty optimistic. It will never be the same as it was, mate, but I'm optimistic I can get some bend.
You might have to ride cruisers, mate.
No, just lower foot pegs, that's all. Be surprised.
Yeah,
you lower the foot pegs by 30, 35, 40 mil. It makes a huge difference to your knees.
Yeah.
My first ZZR, I used to get really bad knee pain. Dropped the pegs, stopped it all.
Yeah.
Although having said that, this one I put lowered pegs on it, and then I took them back off because my feet just wouldn't sit on the lowered pegs. So I've got the standard pegs back on there at the moment.
Have you?
But yeah, but I've still got the lowered pegs.
Yeah. I think, to be honest with you, I think, I mean, that's all well and good. But like you say, you've got to find a comfortable position on any bike, innit?
Yeah.
The band would have been okay. Now, I know I'm obviously not looking for sports bikes anymore, sports tours, obviously, but, there will come a time, I suppose, he would age, and Andy will say he sort of suffered pains with bits and pieces. Obviously, the extension of limbs just ain't what it used to be, is it? So you have to. As long as riding, as long as we're riding something, that's the main thing.
Like the C90 Honda-matic.
Well, something like that.
Honda-matic, yeah. I think Wiggy looked good on one of them.
Yeah, probably, mate. I was going to back it up and have another stable. It's another one in the stable, like I don't know, what was it? The Honda Melody, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Orange and white fucking thing that was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, top box, a white Centurion, right, and a fucking Mac.
I reckon put.
That sounds like Barbara Windsor.
I reckon a Puke Maxi, mate. Puch Maxi.
Yeah. No, I used to have the NSU quickly, then the Mobilette Motor Became thing.
Yeah.
Racy.
Fucking hell. Well, I'm going to love you and leave you guys. I've got to be up at 3 o'clock again. So.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Get the rest of the shopping put away.
Yeah, I'll get you soon, mate. You got, is it the week shopping or the month?
No, there's only a week shopping now. So I'll get that put away, get myself to bed.
Yeah.
And then be up in about 4 hours. So right. I'll see you all around. Have a good Christmas, guys.
And you, mate.
Enjoy. See you, mate.
We're going to try and get on next Thursday.
Yeah.
Is that Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve.
That's Christmas Eve, isn't it?
Nobody's going to be going anywhere, are they?
No, fuck it. I'll see you all next Thursday.
Or anything.
Fucking Christmas Eve hanging out, enjoy.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
I'll be about.
We'll sit here and get. Do you know what? I might even have a beer.
Good one, mate.
Might even have a beer.
Right.
Catch you later, guys.
Bye.
Yeah, there's going to be nothing else, is there?
No.
There's nowhere to go, nothing to do, is there?
Terrible.
Get a few beers in and have a pint or two. That's all you can do.
Doing a chat.
I mean, generally speaking, it's a lot of TV because normally it's the same old shit from year to year. So to be honest, what we really need to do is get fucking just a shitload of people together and get fucking hammered. I know we can't, but that'd be nice.
It'd be good. Be good. Just have a few beers and
just get the bikes together, turn up at a local stick, right? And then just we want to log in. That's Christmas Eve. Fuck it. Just get a fucking flip.
Get wankered, fall asleep where you are.
Yeah.
Be nice just to have a good ride out somewhere, to go somewhere and meet up with some other people, even a nice trip up to see Skeggy or somebody, or just the whole day, go for the whole day, nice warm sunny day. Yeah. Just have not like the last one where we got soaking wet.
There again, you probably think to yourself, that was a great day out because it's a day out.
Yeah, I know. I told you about that. I was that miserable, right? And that fucking wet and that cold, that suicidal, right? I had to make sure that I caught up with Andy, right? Just to check he felt just as bad. Remember
It'd make you even more pissed off if you wasn't as that bad.
Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible. That was the worst rain I'd been in for years. That was horrendous.
Getting caught out in the rain just as we were leaving Skegness and the drought. And I thought a little bit of optimism, Carl. A little bit of optimism, right? But literally, we must have been 45 miles away from fucking base. And I'm not kidding you, mate. You just could not have had harder rain for the whole trip back.
Monsoon rain. Yeah,
it was.
It was horrendous. Yeah, you couldn't see, you couldn't do anything. Just
pissed off. I said, mate, I could have stopped anywhere on that route back, knocked on someone's door, like pleaded insanity, so I could at least get me backs off, put in front of a log
walk at the door.
The rest of the day, seriously.
Will you be my mummy and look after me?
Yeah, it's anything like that. If I ended up wearing fucking nappies, mate, I wouldn't give a shit. Yeah. To be fair, I got fucking pissed off with life. Coming back, I did seriously. I had to check with Andy that he felt just as bad as I did. Otherwise, that would have pissed me off. Aaron to follow with because he was already soaked. He had his one-piece levers on, didn't he?
Oh God, man, yeah. I was just we were all soaked. Well, everything you had on was soaking wet, even down to your pants. You was just soaking wet. Just had to strip off.
If that was a dissolvable pants, mate, they would have been ended up in your fucking boots or like an airbag or something.
Oh yeah, that was horrendous. I tell you.
Oh, I've exactly the same as me when I went to Cop Dock last.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, it was mildly moist.
Mildly moist. Not one of my the word more. You know, honestly, when I think back to that day, I was so fucking cheesed off, man, because we'd had a really good day, right? And to get that fucking wet and miserable on the way back, I don't know. I was trying to think of things to cheer me up, but I couldn't. Seriously, there was nothing that would cheer me up on the way back home.
But we didn't even leave Skegness. We went to that petrol station, and I'm going to hammer that down. I've never seen rain like it. And that was only the start of how bad that was going to get. I thought that was bad. But when we got down the road, it got worse.
The last 45 miles was just absolutely shit. And I know, of course, we laughed because obviously Carl had made that trip up the King's Lynn that day. Then we came for the run to Hunstanton. You know, that ain't funny, is it, Carl? You know.
It is now, but at the time, no.
I think we keep freezing. I think.
Yeah.
That's like when we did it. We were talking about that Walker's thing. We had female pillions, right, who hadn't wrapped up, and that was bloody cold that day, Carl.
Yeah, right? I was that day, but I got dragged into work.
Yeah, well, Andy was shaking like a leaf.
Oh, right?
Man. There was females there, female pillions, right? And I've never seen women shake so much in my life. Not with the cold. They did physically. You could see them physically shaking from 50 yards.
Yeah.
I thought, Jesus Christ. I mean, I had plenty of layers on that day, so luckily enough it didn't rain. I didn't get cold. But I think, you know, we've all been caught out, you know, with the weather sometimes. But there's nothing you could have done with that trip back from Skegness that day. Nothing, not anything.
No.
You had to have been in a car, right, to have any sense of humour.
I'd hate the thought if we'd had like another 100 miles or 200 miles to do that night.
You know what, mate?
Well, I don't think we'd have made it.
Do you know what? I actually nearly called the Samaritans on the way back on me. Because I honestly survived the trip home, you know. I thought, Jesus, man, you know, there must be something. Had I been solo now, I could have just run it off into a field and just ended it that
day. Drained yourself in a ditch.
You called it a day 25 miles from home because of heavy rain. That's it.
Oh, that was fucking horrendous, man.
The words "fuck this for 11" were heard right across the fucking world on his Bluetooth device as he hit the tree. Right? I've had enough. Too much rain. But take that, mate. Andy cheered me up. He did. He cheered me up that day. He had to be wet. He had to be as wet and as pissed off, as miserable, and as cold as I was. And when he said he was and agreed to everything I said, I started feeling a funny sensation. I actually started warming up after that. You know?
Yeah, doing a little happy dance.
Even my top had started to get large. You know, I was just sort of within 5 months of getting home, you know.
It went from non-existent to little boy. Yeah.
Well, the size of a small child, but then it depends on how you look at it.
The angle of the angle, yeah.
Oh, bloody hell.
No, that was a hell of a Jesus, man.
If you look back at all the times you've been on a bike over the years and some of the weather you've been through, it's horrendous. But I'll tell you what, you laugh. Isn't that funny that at the time you think this is bad, but later on you laugh about it? You laugh about it. There was nothing to laugh about. That was suicidal. You want to kill yourself.
Right, and I've seen some funny stuff. I mean, I admittedly, I know that pissed you off that day. Remember the day that we done the run to the Ice Calf and you were on your fucking Sportster, right?
Oh,
I know fucking pissing down with rain because obviously I had my gear on, and I thought, poor bastard, right? But it made me laugh on his fucking flares on his trousers, flapping around like a bastard, right? So the Harley was sort of flipping across the fucking road. It was pissing down with rain. I could see Andy was. I could see that there was more exhaling fucking steam coming out of his helmet, so I knew he was swearing. Right. I can't remember what you said to me when we got to the Ice Calf, but it weren't pleasant.
fucking never again.
Fucking never again was nothing. I mean, when we got to the Ice Calf, and fucking he was already on the phone to the Samaritans by the time we got there. So.
I was just trying to make it I'd broken down so they come and pick me up.
Another time we went to the ice. That was because we quite often go with Paul, don't we, Bod?
Yeah.
Bod and that, and then we had a good run, didn't we? We had a lovely run back from 1 year.
Yeah, we did.
No,
I think I was on with ZZR that day. Yeah.
That's one place I've never actually been.
Well, the Ice Calf. He's one of those, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not missing a lot, but that's just one of them things you can say. If you've been once, you can say I've been to the Ice Calf, and that's it. Really?
Yeah. The only reason we keep going is because I suppose we've made it a yearly event, and there's pretty much the same guys go, and we always enjoy. I suppose really it's a social thing. We always enjoy our company together. You know.
Yeah.
That's the reason why we got the Ice Calf. The Ice Calf is actually a shithole.
Yeah. It's nothing special, is it?
Merchandise is crazily expensive. The food is shit, but it's the people on the bikes that make it. You know.
Yeah, that's just one you can tick off your bucket list, you know.
Yeah, so if I go there I'll take my own sandwiches.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, get yourself a cup of coffee and that's fine. That'll still cost you a fortune, but yeah, get yourself your own coffee. But yeah, take some grub yourself in your bag, mate. Yeah, you don't want to eat that shit there and the price of it.
If you go to Mackie D's, I think that's Johnny Cactus made a point of it. They always got the McDonald's just up the road from the Ice Calf.
Yeah.
Because the food is shit.
Yeah.
The smell shit, it looks shit, and the price is shit, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. Expensive place to go to.
Yeah. Playing on the brand, though, aren't they?
Well, simple fact, it's iconic at the Ice Calf. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's the old rockers, mods and rockers, isn't it? Or rockers there, isn't it?
Ton-up boys and all that sort of shite.
Yeah. Yeah, years ago.
We still remember that year, right? That me and Andy turned up, right? And you're not supposed to park in the middle of the Triumphs, are you? So we fucking turned up, didn't we, Andy? Remember? Right. So it's Andy on his Quagga, right? It's me on that fucking Yam 600 thing I had, and this bloke said, "No, you can't park in the Triumphs. No." So Andy turns around and he said, "Well, it's a fucking Yamaha sitting there, isn't it?" You know what to say, fucking hairy did he?
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, did we stay there? Did we park it there or did we move it? I can't remember now.
No, we left it there, did we?
Yeah, I know one year we parked up further up.
Yeah.
1 year. I think the year I took Amy, because Amy came with us 1 year and we parked further up. Yeah.
The thing is, what you want to see, the thing is, regardless, if that's Triumph Day, obviously everything else has to go by the bins around the corner, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I really want to go on a Kawasaki day to have some fucking Triumph owner says, "No, mate, no fucking chance. Go park it right around the
go park the bins. Yeah, you scum.
You're in the bin.
Kawasaki's all here, dude. Yeah. Quack it. Yeah. There's no good. If you've got any problems, call that sticking tech who fucking moaned at me last year about parking in with the Triumphs. All right.
Yeah.
He was a miserable bastard when he didn't know what to say, though, did he, Andy? Because fucking Andy was going to floor him, mate. I was sitting there.
I just thought he was just a knob, actually, but that was it, really. Yeah, telling me that I can't park there when there's a bloody Yamaha bloody there as well.
I'll park right there.
Yeah. What a bloody Triumph.
insane. I'll say the ice cap when you walk in, that's bland, really. I mean, everybody's just sitting there. That's the ice calf, you know. It could be fucking Greg's in Stowmarket, to be fair, you know.
Well, it's a little bit like walking back into the 50s, isn't it? You know, the whole genre of the place is 50.
Really. I mean, a lot of I suppose on the
tables.
I suppose that's a bit iconic, really, because I mean, a lot of the Triumphs up there are the old sort, you know, the Bonnevilles and the Tridents. So of course, it looks quite good, and you know, fits the era. You know, and then of course we've got the later Triumphs, and they all sort of fit in, really. And they're all great guys, you know, Andy. You know, the Triumph owners, most of them.
Yeah. Well, most bikers are anyway, aren't they? You know, we all get on together. There's not many people you sort of fall out with, as they in the biking community.
No, not really. Yeah.
I mean, no, there's one or two fucking assholes, but you know, not many. You know.
No, you get the occasional ginger ones, don't you? That's about it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. With freckled doors as well.
Anyway, I'm hoping that I don't know if fucking Mackie's watching. Probably not, because there's only 5 people watching, I think. So Mackie's probably
still. No, it's just gone down to 6 million. It was 7 million before you opened your gob.
Island. So happy days. I was going to say, it'd be nice to get everything back and running next year. Hopefully, it'll come sort of March time. I don't think it will do, but it'd be nice to think it would do.
I think if they roll out this, if they get all these injections done, I think that might pull it back a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
I just hope you got to pull it back. Injection.
I hope not. There are jobs with mine, size of a small child.
Yeah.
It's got to be a little injection. It's got to be a little injection, Miggy.
Right. Please release me. No, I won't care what it was.
Tom Jones, mate.
I've been watching a lot of Andy's videos of late, of course, with the Kesgrave bike shows over the years. And, you know, it's been quite interesting, Andy, you know, to see obviously where you take your video camera, obviously around with your lid, and then obviously start filming and taking loads of pictures with your camera and stuff. I watched about 4 or 5 years of your videos with the Kesgrave bike show.
Oh, right, yeah, you're righty. I wonder if we're one of them this year.
I don't know, mate, because this year we were going to do the big crew one sorted out. You know, we were supposed to have a little pitch up there, which I'd spoken to the landlady and landlord. And I'd also hired the whole of the Orwell Crossing restaurant, and because I had a seat for about 90 crew, and that would be pretty much packed out, to be honest. Yeah. So, but I don't know, mate. It'd be nice to see that normality come back. You know, when you look back at your old films that are only sort of a year plus ago, it's amazing how much has changed still. You know, when you look at it. You know.
You just hope all this resumes afterwards, don't you?
Yeah.
And the places are there to resume too.
Yeah. I'm like everybody else. I really don't know. You know, you don't know where it's all going, mate. You don't.
Yeah.
I just want to get back to normal. That's all I want to do.
Yeah, same here. One day, it'll happen.
Fill up with all this. Yeah.
No, we did all are, mate. No, it's like you saying with the with the Christmas party we had last year. That was really the last go of normality for us, really.
It was, yeah. That was the last big thrash, really, wasn't it? Yeah, last big thrash. Yeah, sad, really. Suffolk crew. I think mine's still in a box somewhere. Don't use it in case it gets smashed.
You do realise they're one of the finest pieces of china ware that you're going to have. Fucking
porcelain,
my good man. Yes.
My good man.
Porcelain. Mate. I mean, they came cheap, but
China.
Exactly.
Yeah. Probably what brought the coronavirus over when they came over.
Fucking hell, imagine that being the Suffolk crew being blamed for millions of deaths.
Worldwide.
That's not going about in it, but
Fucking hell.
Andy, you look right, mate.
I am, mate. Yeah. But it's this week I've had completely off, which is lovely.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's it now till out of the new year. I hope.
Yeah.
But I had to do a big course the other day to get a ticket, another what they call ticket. You have to have tickets for every bloody thing, don't you?
Yeah. But, it's health and safety for wiping your ass.
Yeah, but I've now got a ticket for what they call high speed work. So that means, you
can work on a motorway. Whoa.
I can. Yeah, I don't want to. Well, I have worked on dual carriageways around here. We ain't got no motorways. M25 was the closest.
Andy, you still been working on that Kelvin stretch?
No, the A12's finished now. Yeah, yeah, that's all finished now. So I was doing 4 days on, 3 days off there. They're all long days. Yeah, I'm off that now. And I just done the Claydon one. Clayley's right the way through the bloody thing. That was horrendous.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so, how long is that going on for then? Or is that done now?
That's finished. Yeah, finished Sunday.
Yeah. No, because I know somebody who works at the Claydon Crown, and they've had to take the route. The quickest route was to go down through Westerfield, Henley Way, and then cut down the hill by the school.
Yeah. Well, where the Crown was, I spent 2 days on that right outside the Crown, where the car park is. So everything was coming down in the school. That didn't help because they had an 8-breaker culvert at the school. So they evacuated the school at the same time as the bloody road was closed. So it was crazy. Yeah, absolutely crazy, mate.
Do you know, guys, this is the most Suffolk crew we've had on for months. There's 2 of you.
No, that's funny. No, you mate. I'll always sing the song for the crew. Obviously, Of course,
Suffolk crew that actually live in Suffolk anyway.
Yeah, you know that. Fucking hell, mate. I put that thing together now 4 years ago, and of course, I think that's obviously Andy was. Andy fucking knew about it before he even went live, didn't he, Andy?
Yeah.
Me, you, Bod.
Yeah.
Amy and Cactus Twins and all that stuff.
Yeah. Cool, Christ.
But, yes, I know what you're saying, Carl. Events
yeah. I mean, because you started something else before the crew, didn't you? It was what was it? Biking Buddies or something, was it?
That was Chris's.
Was it Chris's? Was it?
Yeah. Well, Chris, because obviously we're all part Biking Buddies. That's Chris's side. Seriously. We don't know what to call it.
Biking Chums. Okay.
Biking Chums.
Not Biking Bums.
I mean, you're probably still watching, but I mean, see, the thing is...
Yeah, bikers what do lunch?
He set that set up after we left the Idiot Collective.
Yeah.
I don't think Andy was part of the Idiot Collective because he wasn't.
No, because I don't think Andy's an idiot.
No.
I never wanted to join that one. That was one I didn't ever want to join, so I weren't interested.
That was what it was. But anyway, soon after that, Chris contacted me, and he actually set up the Biking Buddies site, didn't he, on a separate website.
Yeah.
And then he went.
That died a bit of a death.
That did, mate. It's well, it is what it is. We've done a nice job of that, but the Suffolk crew just took off, didn't it?
Yeah.
And the thing is, that would have been twice the size now, but I've got rid of a load of members who are just fucking driftwood. So up yours and off you go.
Do you really?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I did.
You know he's a bastard, don't you? But you know.
So a load of prats on there then or something.
Yeah, I lost 200 members just overnight.
Bloody hell! What is that?
Yeah, and I thought people who have been mostly people who have been invited who didn't join on their own accord, and these people get invited. They just come in. Yeah, they don't even sometimes say hello. They don't post anything. So to me, that's not needed, mate. I'd rather the crew be 100 people of people who really want to do stuff, and rather than the fucking 600.
Well, you mean they don't support like the runouts and stuff like that? You mean? No.
To be fair, I don't post a lot on there.
Well, you don't have to, Carl. You're all part of the old crew, mate. At the end of the day, that's why I invited you in it, because we go back a good while, and the simple fact of the matter is, by just doing what you're doing on here, it's just a part that, let's be honest, a lot more people, if they wanted to, could join and appreciate what we do here and have a laugh. But they either don't, or they can't be bothered, or to me,
some people don't like being on live streams and stuff like that. Some people just don't like it. That's the way they are.
Yeah.
Where like you and us, we don't care.
No, this is just like talking, just fucking man on a really, just having a pub in it,
And 6 million viewers watching. Yeah.
Of course. But it is what it is. And of course, again, like Andy, we've looked back at the old hangouts from years ago.
Oh, God.
They were great. Everybody used to look forward to them, didn't they? So.
No, I used to watch a few.
They still pop up now and then, when you're on YouTube and that gives you stuff to watch. So the other day, one popped up. I thought, bloody hell, that's about 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Right. It just popped up,
Hey, what? I will tell you something, though. I think Bobby, Beast Rider, I think he's killed his channel. No longer finding it. Yeah.
Oh, right. That's a shame.
Which is a shame, because a lot of his old hangouts on the Tuesday night were funny as hell.
God, they were fucking crazy. They were crazy.
Seriously, take a pick on a Tuesday.
Because he put a music video up a little while ago, didn't he?
I think, to be honest with you, because he had that down period, didn't he? And then what he did was he moved to New York out in the sticks. And I think his lifestyle changed, mate. I think he's dedicating his whole life now to the family and music, his music life, rather than bikes and videos and stuff.
He's still riding, mind.
He's still riding. I think music is his forte now. Spends a lot of time in recording studios, and he is. I think he's that dedicated. He's pushing forward for some sort of recording contract or type. And I think the guy's got a voice to do it. There's no two ways about it. So, to watch it. But, he doesn't do typical music genre that I thought he would have done when he put one up. That was a little bit countrified.
Yeah, sort of completely different.
It's different, really, because he switches sort of like he can switch in between I suppose, really, a Lionel Richie type of thing, and then all of a sudden, like acoustic, And,
when I see it was a little bit like modern country music, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
hillbilly music.
Yeah, doesn't float my boat, but
he's not covered Paranoid by Black Sabbath. Yes, was a bit disappointing.
No.
Born to be wild.
Born to be mild.
Yeah. Give me a pint of mild.
What you want to see, he's not exactly the smallest bloke. You want to see him sort of lose it like Jimi Hendrix did, pick up the family car and slam it into a couple of trees, to be honest.
He's a good-sized man, wasn't he? Fucking huge, right?
Jesus Christ, man. He's about 6'6", isn't he, or something?
Because he was into his swords and stuff like that, weren't he? And reactments. All that sort of stuff. Yeah.
And him and his missus do all that medieval jewelry and stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was always doing the medieval jewelry shows in there around New York and stuff, wasn't
he? Yeah. Now he's a farmer.
Yeah, he's enjoying the natural way of life, I suppose.
Don't blame him. That's what we want to do.
Yeah. You do what you want to do, man. That's the best way of being.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole family had grown up, haven't they?
Yeah. They were quite big the other, what was it, about a few months back now, a year ago, we were speaking to him on here, weren't we?
About 6 months, was it?
Yeah.
One of our streams he joined us. He only joined us for the one, but that was good to see, wasn't
it?
Yeah. He's definitely if you went to America, he's definitely the sort of guy you want to go and see, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and have a good chat with him.
Yeah.
Well, do you know, I sort of spoke to him when I said, if I ever just when he was living in New York, so if I ever, I was just asking if I ever decided to come over to New York, would it be a possibility to stay at your pad? And he said, yeah, absolutely not a problem. So I mean, a couple of three of us could have gone over there, and they'd make room for you. It's like, I suppose, like a lot of the guys that we know on YouTube, we could book. Just say for the three of us now, right, and your other halves or whatever. If we said to Bill Venture, right, over in Australia, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. Captain, God knows what his name is, Cranky. So if we come over, I'll tell you what, them guys would put us up for 2 weeks. No two ways about it, wouldn't they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you what, they showboat us. We'd be like superstars, right?
Yeah.
In fucking Victoria and Adelaide. Look, this is fucking Weggy and this is Suffolk Andy. And fucking Carl the Goblin.
There's some dickhead over there.
Carl the Goblin. Oh my God. Weggy, what are you like?
You're funny as syphilis.
Carl the Goblin. Stop it. Boom. That's it. Fucking stop it. I'm not getting there. Fucking.
I told you because I fucking forgot to hold the thing back. I just thought he'd come up with fucking goblin. I don't know what.
He's a hobgoblin, not a fucking goblin. Now he's frozen now, look. Yeah. No, he's moving.
It's on a serious note. You could mention any of these. You could seriously mention any of these guys who ain't coming over and they would put you up. It's not like Keith, wasn't it? When he went over he went and joined them two guys.
Yeah.
Hey, Moist.
Oh, Moisty's in.
Yeah, only just. Look here now. He's got up late.
Has he?
Lazy fucker. He must have done.
I'll personally say good evening, Moist. I'm back.
Good morning.
Good morning, even. Yeah. Yeah, breakfast time over there, isn't it?
Mm. He's usually in before now. He's had a lie-in, a lazy bastard.
Yeah, I know. He's probably watching fucking Australia's version of Good Morning Britain.
Good morning, Australia.
That's what I said. Australia's version of Good Morning Britain. Fine, that. He might have fucking his bench around his arsehole. I don't know. I don't know where.
He did. He slept in. Look, he slept in, the lazy bastard.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
I'll tell you what. With the comments he put, you think we're paying him, wouldn't
it?
Anyway,
hold on. Be back in a sec. I'm going to get a better chair. My back's killing me in this one.
Yeah, I know. Fucking hell. Andy.
Yeah.
You got to laugh at it, but fuck, we just all laugh, man. You know,
fucking goblin. Goblin.
You know? Fucking goblin. I bet he fucking like a good goblin, doesn't he? Yeah. What do you reckon? This is probably fucking behind the camera. I don't know what to
Stop it now. All right, now. Telling you.
Oh, that's better.
Oh, lovely, thank you. I don't know where to put it now. Put it in there.
Oh, I think my wife's making me a nice cup of coffee now. That's nice of her.
Right, the lovely, beautiful Mrs. P.
Yes. Oh, here it comes. Thank you, dear.
Andy, stick her on. Stick her on, Andy.
She's gone up in there, mate. She's got a dressing gown on. Look like Lorna Batty.
Fucking hell, Laura Batty.
She just threatened me.
Jesus Christ, mate.
That's better. Now she's changed her style. She's gone. Yeah, she had sort of blonde hair, and now she's gone darker hair now. So I've got a different looking woman. She came out of the shop last night, and I didn't even recognise her.
Really?
Is that my wife?
Changed her hair and dressing gown.
Hmm.
The last time I seen Mrs. P was at the club, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. A year ago.
Yeah, a year ago.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we could get out and have a nice ride out and whatever. You get your legs sorted out and everything else.
Oh, God,
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't it, really? You know, the thing is, we're watching businesses crumble around our backsides, and
Yeah. We
our
are.
way to support a lot of these businesses, don't we? You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, our pub that we were going to make our regular pub, the one at Cockfield, that's all shut down now. It's being demolished.
Is it really?
Yeah, the Plough and Fleece. Yeah.
Are they going to pull it down?
Yeah.
But build
Yeah.
house, I reckon. Houses.
Yeah. It's houses, mate.
Yeah, 3 or 4 houses on that site.
But I think it's more than that, mate, because you've got farmland behind it. So I reckon they're cracked the deal.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was a brilliant pub, wasn't it? Nice big car park.
Yeah.
Proper.
Yeah. Oh, that's so.
They had a proper future, mate, somehow, you know, with the support that they could have had. But unfortunately, that's another one that's gone to the wall. But I think some of that is down to the landlord and landlady. You know, it weren't just the fact that the business was in trouble. I think they decided that they maybe have had a decent offer financially. You know, to
cut and run.
Oh, yeah.
Probably retirement.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you have to do that if you're not really making a good, a decent wedge out of it.
Yeah. But that was a shame, really. So I suppose next year, I don't know if there's any pubs left. Next year, see if we can find another local.
Yeah.
They got a bunch of hoods, you know.
I think.
I'm sure Weatherspoons will be okay.
You're right.
The Black Shuck is okay up where they are, aren't they, at the moment?
Yeah, nothing, are they? Up at Kingfisher, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're close, isn't it? I'll be up there regular soon, Andy. I could start seeing you up there, mate, if you're available.
Yeah.
If you know when it's regular, because obviously you're sort of supporting a good little local band up there and that, and I just like the boozer, you know. And, you know, when the Shuck get up there and at the club, you know, it's good to see the people. So, you know, and that's where the toy run goes from, obviously.
Are they having it this? Well, they're not having it this year, are they?
That's already done. That was just literally no. That was a virtual toy run. Basically, it was just that they couldn't do the toy run, obviously, but they had 2 or 3 members at 4 different posts. One, it was the Golden Hind. They had another couple of 3 at the Kingfisher. They had another couple of 3 at the at Manning's at Felixstowe, and the other one was Full Throttle at Clacton. So it was not a case of it was just a case of donations, and the Shuck Club actually handed over about 1,250 quid worth of vouchers and money to the kids, Andy.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So 1,250. So as much as it was obviously not the same as you would have raised normally, you know, with a bike turnout, it's still a good amount of money, regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so. Really, we did hear from obviously Shuck members that they and other people that they were absolutely frozen solid, mate, at these pubs. They're standing outside and greeting people who turned up, taking their donations and that, and they were fucking pissed off, I think, by the end of it. But you do it, you know.
Yeah.
But they were
cold,
very
cold, and wet as well. They were wet and cold.
Oh,
A bit like Ignis, really.
Yeah.
You know.
Fucking hell.
Anyway, Carl, at least we've kept this moving tonight, haven't we, boy?
Yeah, better than I normally do. I'm not a leader, mate. I'm not a leader. I put the odd, the odd witticism in there, but I'm not really. No, I'm not. I haven't got the gift of the gab like you, mate.
Oh, God, just talking about a load of shit, mate. You know that. I suppose, really, I'm one of these people. It's one of these people. I don't know why, but I just naturally don't like tumbleweed moments. And you try and think ahead, and you'll fill it up with a load of shit that then doesn't become a tumbleweed moment, but then it opens itself up to have your balls ripped off. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care. That's the whole point. I really don't. And if we can get a few laughs out of it, right, you know, and a few titters and, you know, erect nipples and all that sort of shit, we'll happy days, you know.
Where's Skeggy tonight? Where's Skeggy tonight?
I think he's got erect nipples, mate. I think he sat back and.
Has he? Oh, he's got his nipple clamps on, has he?
Yes, mate,
and his gimp mask on.
With feathers, you reckon?
Oh, right. Give mask on and his chaps on, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably, mate. Yeah, you know what he's like.
Yeah. And his tassels.
Yeah, fucking tassels. Yeah. He,
Nothing like a good tassel.
Reminder that he used to put on the tassel nipple clamps earlier on. And he has mentioned about doing a live show like that, you know, in front of, you know, people in Skegness. I don't think they'll allow him, you know, for some reason.
No, I don't think so.
No, they tend to be a bit more conservative around that area, don't they?
Don't they? Exactly. Of course, he might have put on a personal show for John Little. I don't know yet.
I might do, yeah.
Well, then, you know, yeah, obviously, well, you can, I suppose, you know, nipple clamps and feathers, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know, over a Sunday roast, if you like.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
in a caravan.
Well, you got to have a caravan if you're in Skegness, haven't you? Because
Well,
they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Millions of them. They're everywhere. They're hanging over the edge of the cliffs, aren't they? They're just everywhere.
Yeah, right. That's why all the females in fucking Skegness are called Sandy.
Sandy.
I'm not going to go down that road.
Well, you know.
There's nothing worse than a bit of sand in your Jap's eye, is there?
Got 2 pieces of fucking 140 grit up there.
Oh God, yeah. It's like a little bit wet and dry.
Yeah, clean your fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that? He's got the jumper cables on his lug nuts and he's ready to party.
Who's that? I can't even read it because it's so small on this mobile apparatus that I'm using.
It's nice.
Nice.
I think he's commenting about something about our man Skeggy.
Yeah, he's got his jumper cables on his lug nuts, and he's ready to party.
He's actually been on the chat tonight because obviously it's so small I can't even see who's on there.
No, I ain't seen him tonight. No.
I actually reckon he's probably watching the full Monty on Ice, to be honest.
He might be in it. He might be in it.
You know. Anyway, it's been fantastic talking about motorcycles all night. I'm a bit bored now.
Yeah, I know. It's a bit boring talking about motorcycles all the time. Shall we talk about something else?
Yeah.
It's nice to ride a bloody motorcycle, let alone talk about them.
Tell me about it. Anyway, so I'm absolutely bikeless. Absolutely bikeless. Nothing to ride whatsoever. Can't even look at it.
Like we said earlier, Weggy, you've got to wait till your leg is healed, and then you'll see what you can ride. What sort of bike you can ride.
I'll be honest with you.
There's only 3 of us on.
That's the you know, when you've been doing it all your life. With something
they're indoors. The water.
It's so important to ride motorcycle. You know what the fuck he's doing. Right?
Yeah. Some candy and Weggy.
All right.
Oh,
Got a helicopter cock.
I know.
I'll tell you what, she'll love it.
Why does it go like that?
Yeah. It's just...
That's got feathered tassels, a bit like Skeggy's nipple clamps.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, God.
Nice to see a lovely feminine face for a change. I know she's quite old.
He's still rabbiting on. Has he any idea what we're on about?
No, I don't think so. I'm going to ask him to repeat it all. Weggy, you've got to repeat that all, mate.
No, Andy, you're sitting to my left. Obviously,
grab me sucky thing.
Well, he's talking about the weather temperatures, and he thought that if he'd ask your personal opinion, he'll show you a picture one day. He reckons he's got in -2 temperatures the cock the size of a small child. Right now, you think about it. Yeah.
Well, a small child's not that small, is it?
Yeah.
Baby's arm.
Seriously, Carl?
He does need help. Carl needs help.
Carl?
Yeah, Carl needs help.
I'm the one who needs help.
I could understand that, yeah. Yeah, Carl.
Have you drunk all then?
No, yeah.
Oh,
He's getting into trouble now. He's getting into trouble. Carl's getting into trouble.
I need more.
No.
Oh,
You know, hey, Andy, you know there's a secret aphrodisiac in that drink of his, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So he can hammer her backside into the brick wall behind him. That's what he said earlier. That's what he said earlier. And don't deny
Really?
it.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
5 years ago, maybe, but
Oh, poor old Carl.
we're both old.
Yeah. All right.
he's older.
Yeah, but if you stretch my legs too far, my hip will break and the leg will fall off.
Hey,
Yeah.
Andy, you know,
Yeah, I'm worried.
I'm starting to bloody worry now.
you know, we're talking about
Dancing.
45 miles completely soaked,
Mhm.
right? Damp and pissed off and trying to come out, right? You imagine how Carl feels.
You're right.
They're being rude.
I know.
Right, I am going to go down and get a drink because you neglected to make me a cup of tea when you went up here.
You had one in your cup.
I don't care, it was cold.
Well, you let it go cold.
You shouldn't make it
I'm a
that hot
domestic
that I have
now.
to let it go cold.
No, domestic.
Right. Okay.
Night, boys.
Good night, girl.
Good on you. He'll slap her ass on you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
They like that. Oh, she was just saying what a wonderful person you are, and
I know.
she loves the rodeo life.
Sorry.
The rodeo lifestyle with chaps and stuff. You know?
Oh yeah. Chaps.
Yeah.
No, we leave that up to skeggy chaps.
Yeah.
It's the only way them.
They fucking make you laugh. And anyway, seriously, it's a good night, isn't it? And a bit of
Bit of banter.
Bit of banter, nice bit of laughter for a change. You know, certainly good to see you, lads. Be better
Yeah.
to be fair. You know, got a fantastic audience.
So I always come on if I've got the time. You know, it's not that I.
Mm.
You know, I don't say I ain't on there tonight. If I'm not working, well, even when I am worked, I'll come on a couple of times for an hour. You know,
I know.
even have to go to get up at fucking stupid o'clock in the morning. But like tonight, you know, I haven't got anything tomorrow, so I think I'm done now for till the new year. I hope.
So what you got planned for tomorrow, Andy?
Tomorrow I'm going to go down my club. 1 or 2 little jobs I've got to do down there and whatever. Not a lot. Took Amy out today. We went to Brandeston.
Oh,
And-
Brandon.
Yeah, Brandeston, and done a little ghost hunt in the church there this afternoon. So I've got that to edit up.
A lot of people, mate, and I've actually been putting that about a little bit. It's the old Suffolk Spooks channel. A lot of people enjoying that.
Yeah, that's doing all right actually for a little old channel, you know.
Like,
You know, if you like that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. The people I've spoken to, you know, who do watch it, do enjoy the videos. They actually, subscribe because they want to see more of the bloody things. That's what it's all about, mate. You know, so it's a nice, diverse channel as comparison to your normal channel. To be fair.
Yeah, well, it's completely different, isn't it? Because we do most of it in the daytime, not the nighttime.
Yeah.
But we have just got 2 cameras for nighttime. So in the spring, we're probably going to do some more night ones. We've only done 2 night ones, so we're going to do some more, you know, in at night, you know, in the dark.
That's what I'd like to see.
At the moment,
Proper full-on fucking, you know, proper spooky shit. You know.
well, I have been to a couple. I've been to a couple really spooky places, I must admit, but nothing to shit you up. But they are a bit spooky. Certain things are happening around you that you can't explain, if you know what I mean. And it's dark, pitch black as well. You've only got a torch, or you're just looking through, you know, your camera, and it's only got a little light on it to show you what's going on. But that's a bit spooky at times. But that's all. That's the best part of it, actually, to be spooked. That's, you know, as long as you don't run away, you're fine. You know. I've never seen anybody run away yet.
Yeah, Moist is watching it.
He does, yeah. Yeah. Great video. Yeah.
I've not seen too much of it, but I know, obviously, I know a few people that do, and they thoroughly enjoy it, mate. Because you obviously, trying to explain that you sort of, you do the when you're busy, obviously, and you're doing it in your club and this and the other, and other venues as well, don't you? So, stuff. So.
We're gonna do a session in the club when we get round to it, because that place is so active, is unbelievable. So
really?
we're gonna do a show or a video down there, definitely. Yeah.
It's not old venue, is it?
Well, it's 1927.
Yeah, that was when it was built.
Yeah.
Life.
And you got to remember, there's a lot of people being through there. You know, I don't know if you can remember, but my vice president, Russell Page. Can you remember Russell? Tall, scraggy sort of looking bloke.
Not really.
No,
yeah. Yeah, you haven't, but I didn't know if Weggy could remember him. Russell, they called him. Bit of a very laid-mouthed, bit uncouth.
Right.
Yeah, he went and passed away the other day.
There's laughter in the background. What are you laughing at? Sounds like me. Lovely. Good.
Yeah, he went and passed over the other day. Yeah, so I've got to get a new vice president for the club, but
really?
But he's got quite a big family as well. So they had the funeral last week, and because you can only have 30 people or something do a funeral.
Yeah, something.
So what we done? They bought his hearse down to the club.
Yeah.
And we all who couldn't go all stood out the side, and the bloke got out of the car and walked the car and the coffin down.
Really?
Yeah. Because the family then couldn't, they wanted to have a wake, which would have been a big wake, you know what I mean? Yeah. But they couldn't have one. So,
yeah.
So, I don't know.
Well, I was going to say such is life then, but it's more such is death in that situation, isn't it? At the moment.
Yeah.
I can't believe I've just been accused of being loud and uncouth.
No, I wouldn't say you're loud. Uncouth, yeah, but loud. No.
It's not. Very relaxed. I'm sort of semi-comatose.
Who's accusing you of being loud and uncouth then, Wiggy?
No, it doesn't matter, Andy.
Okay, mate, I'm saying nothing. All I say to you, I'm not a fool, and I know you're not at home.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Okay? I'm not going to say no more. That is my inquiring mind. Like,
he knows, you know.
I know. I'm not saying no more, Wiggy. But anyway, yeah. So that's been a bit doom and gloom down there. You know, we're being closed. One of our top boys has passed over, and you know, just fed up. I just want to get the place open again.
Right.
You know,
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Get some people
about getting something up and running, but it's just the possibility's not been there, is it?
You know, I'll walk down there tomorrow. I'll walk in the place and I'll walk around, check everything's all right. But the place is not the same without people. That was built for people to come in, have a drink, enjoy themselves, good laugh, good banter, and the place just feels
absolutely
and no life in it. You know what I mean? No life.
Lovely
well,
size.
Hopefully in the future, mate. Hopefully.
We'll see, mate. Like I say, we just don't know, and I don't know what it's like for mice over in Australia. But
I don't know if they're in lockdown now. They would. I think Victoria was, wasn't it? That was really quite
state to state, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
But again, none of us know what the hell is the future holds. You know, we're trying to surmise it's going to be better next year, but who knows, mate? We're being fucked about left, right, and centre. So we'll see. There's nothing more we can do about it, is there? Really?
No.
No. I'll tell you what, the fucking streaming services are doing well out of everything, aren't they? Well, they are, seriously.
Oh, God, yeah.
Roll up. I'm talking about your likes of your Netflix and all them people, mate, where people can't go to cinemas. I mean, that Netflix business, the whole streaming business, musically and film-wise, has taken off big time, isn't it? Massively.
Yeah.
I mean, you're watching. That made me laugh the other day. I said, if you want to see what's on Christmas 2020, just get the 1972 radio fucking times, or TV times.
Yeah.
I don't watch that anymore anyway.
They've not made much in the way of programs this year, are they? Really?
No, mate.
No, or films.
No, sort of.
Have you seen the rest of your biker show? Is that finished now? Is it or? Have they shown all the, yeah.
No, I missed it again, mate.
I haven't been watching it.
Be honest with you, Andy, he completely destroyed that fucking chop, so I've just started to lose interest again. And that chop, that fucking Leon, whatever it was, chop, he could have made that so special. Now, I know people can make their own choices, and of course people have done, but to turn a fucking beautiful old school 1970s chop, right, into something that's so fucking Liberace is just incredibly bad news, man.
It's got chandeliers on it and stuff.
Purple seat on a fucking chop, right? It's circus act, man. There's no need for red nose and long shoes, right? You want a fucking hobnails, a leather cut, and a fucking open face. That's what you want. Not pink seat. That's not the way it goes in the motorcycle world. Unless you're some sort of fucking bandit. Yeah. We don't have it. Yeah. That's just my personal dudes. I just don't think a chop looks right in such gay colours. But that's me. Personally.
I haven't seen it, so I can't.
No,
you know me, Wiggy. I won't watch the program anyway.
They did on Backstreet Heroes. They actually put an idea up, and the Backstreet Heroes magazine, and said, can you give us your honest opinion of the chop that Henry Cole has got on his program? And to be honest with you, they probably had about 500-600 replies on that one. And you can see people, without me taking the piss out of it. I mean, it's everybody to their own, if you want to do that. And of course, chops have been multicolored and this, that, and the other, and sprayed and had all sorts of done for years and years and years. But I think that in the main, most the bikers on the site preferred it to have been the old school colours and a proper chop rather than the multicolored glam rock thing that he's trying to achieve. Some people were quite straightforward with their comments, and then you got the other tearful one saying, "I can't believe some of the horrible comments on here about Henry's bike."
Oh dear, how sad!
Jesus Christ, go and get your butt plug out, shove it up a lamb's arsehole, and go and fucking check out a proper bike. Then
Is he still using? Is he still using that boring mechanic bloke who's usually with him?
Who's what, Sam?
Yeah, the boring one.
Yeah, I know, but come on, Sam in their life, aren't they?
Huh?
Sam, don't they? Come on, you turn up, right? It takes an hour and a half to get a cup of tea, right? You've got no beer in the house, right? The fucking radio cassette's on playing the Beatles, right? All these tools, right, are rusty, right? And they're missing. Yeah. Is there any chance you can have a look at this? No, not really, mate. I'm a bit busy. Yeah? And you sort of just, and you can sit there, right, in a garden with a guy called Sam, right, on a couple of plant pots, upside down, just smoking weed and shit, for 2 hours. And then you think to yourself, the kebab shop's now open, mate, I'm going to fuck off because I'm hungry. All right, well, next month. All right.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. Well. I think the funniest thing I see with Cole was when he went to some racetrack, somebody's school of racing. Okay. Can you remember that one? A couple of years ago? 3 years ago? And he'd done a track day.
Ron was fucking school.
Yeah, that's right. And he went around it. Wow, I've never seen a bloke. Well, can he ride?
No, he can't ride. He can ride.
Not fucking very fast, he can't. I watched that. He looked like he was going backwards instead of forwards.
No, even he admits he's not much of a rider, and that he's sort of. He went out. I think a couple of weeks back, he went out with a sort of an I Am crew, didn't they? And they sort of put him right that he was. He admitted he said, "Well, I'm obviously a bit of a cock, He's just a fucking bloke who just. I suppose. Don't get me wrong. I love the motorcycle programs and this and the other. It's just Henry sort of love. He bases a motorcycle program on something like fucking when he do house programs when they're looking to buy out in the sun. You just sold your grand fucking chest of drawers, man. You want to buy another house in the fucking south of France, so you send Henry Cole over there to find one for you. It just so happens that he wants to ride the latest fucking Ducati while he's doing it.
Yeah, as long as you've got a nice pink sofa in the lounge, you're all right, mate.
Oh, the only thing I'll say for him is his own production company, so he's done well to make these programs and put them on telly. I'll give him that. I'm not going to trash him for that because he has done well. But the actual format of the program for me as a biker is very as exciting as watching a cold cup of sick, just like watching a cold cup of sick to me. I do.
If you want, like when you're a kid, right, and your fucking old girl used to try and get you to sleep with a nursery rhyme or two, right? I think, to be honest, the latter day version of an episode of Henry Cole in it, right? And I think if you've got it in the background, you'll be asleep, mate. He's got that sort of voice that will just
you could play it in an orphanage, and every kid would be asleep in about 10 mintes.
It's like you say to somebody got real massive sleeping problems in life, mate. I'm going nights with no fucking sleep, mate. I tell you what, I think Henry Cole audio tape. Yeah. These fucking easy listening things that will just, mate, I tell you what, there ain't no fucking sleeping pills that will do anything anywhere near as good as a Henry Cole audio tape to put you to sleep for 12 hours. Easy. To the lucky chance, you'll probably never wake up again. Happy days.
I actually think if you watch the whole series, you would actually land up with bipolar.
Possibly.
Really yeah, you'd have bipolar. If you watched all that, the whole 6 episodes, you'd be in some sort of home somewhere, sitting in a chair rocking with a blanket over your knees, a pair of slippers on that have got check patterns on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Backwards and forwards like this. You would.
Forwards not anything,
Yeah.
Yeah. So just like that. There we go. Like that.
You would. You would. You'd land up with a blanket over your knees, rocking backwards and forwards. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I would rather ride 20 times that journey back from Skegness than watch a fucking episode of that fucking twat. That's the truth. I would. You said you got to watch an episode of that or do 20 laps of that Ryan. I'd do 20 laps of that Ryan.
So I've not missed anything then. Oh, good.
No, I'll tell you what, that trip, though, I don't think I've ever felt so desperate in my life. I'll tell you
another one, Wiggy, that I find so boring I want to fucking slap him. And that's that. Is that Mrs. Something Flyer or something?
Mrs. Flyer.
Yeah. Oh, man, what a twat. I just
custom by Mag, reviewing the Alan Milliards Quacker 6 inline double. Okay.
Yeah. Custom bike mag.
Reviewing
Alan
he's very popular.
Quacker 6 inline double. Yeah, he's very popular. But I started to watch him when he used to do the magazine. You sit there and go through the
news update thing.
Yeah, and then I got to the end of it, and I just looked over the table, and my revolver was there. And I thought, shall I just blow my brains out because I'm so fucking pissed off with this?
I'll give him his dues. He's done well with the channel. I mean, he's. But I think
boring.
I think he's obviously done well because he's made himself a bit of a celebrity. And
he's got himself.
He's now recognised in the motorcycle world. Even when it comes to shows and that somebody says to a lot of people now, the Missenden Flyer will be. He's only a normal guy at the end of the day. Just he started off motovlogging and doing reviews like everybody else, But it's just he's sunk so much into it. I suppose like Del Boy did, and he actually done a video with Del Boy down at Del Boy's garage, didn't he?
I don't know. I don't think I could have put up with that. I probably would have fucking walk in the sea and drowned if I had to watch that.
I mean, I've actually spoken to the guy a couple of times on Messenger and that, and he's a nice enough bloke. He used to live locally as well, around sort of he lived the Harrods Way and Clacton, I think, at one point.
Yeah.
He knows the area. I think he's generally a nice bloke, and that, but of course you either like his stuff or you don't. I mean, I watched
I find it boring.
I find a review he did on it's a new Goldwing. Funnily enough, fucking great thing it was. And I actually found that quite boring. It was interesting in some ways, but I don't know. I think he's got one of those voices where you just want a little bit of entertainment.
Well, he's got in his voice hasn't got any accent to it at all. It's monochrome. It just goes at the same level all the way through. So it's monochrome. Yeah. And
so we're not like that, are we? Our voices go up and down.
Because we're Suffolk boys.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know
but he's got a monotone voice.
Which I find boring. Have we got any viewers? Have we got any viewers left?
Yeah, we got 4 million still.
Have we got 4 then?
Yeah.
He's saying things are pretty good where I am. Down South has a few issues.
Really?
Yeah.
Right, good.
And the other one is can't find it. Custom Bike Mag reviewing Alan Millard's Quacker 6 inline double.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Alan Millard's been on Cole's show a couple of times. I tell you what, for a guy that works out of his garage, he
does some amazing stuff.
Yeah,
incredibly talented, man. Really seriously talented, that guy, and he just makes everything look so simple. Like like you go to the fridge to pull out a bottle of milk. This bloke will he'll hand make a chop in the same time.
All right.
Yeah, it's like no. Yeah, I just got a hacksaw and saw the cases in half.
Yeah,
then I welded them up.
Yeah. He's got some fantastic stuff. But the fact of the matter is, this bloke, right, is putting engines together, doubling the things up. They don't look anything other than spectacular, and like they've just come out of a factory. Right, and a 3-cylinder Kawasaki, or obviously a triple 2-stroke, has then become a 6-cylinder thing, and you would never think it of a factory. I mean, he fired up a Z1 lump. This basically has been made into a 6-cylinder, I think, wasn't it, Carl?
Yeah.
He adds extra, God knows what to the things, and I think what an incredibly talented guy. And the funny thing is, the end of the slot that he had on Cole's program the other night, he turned around and he said, I need to sweep up, mate. He said, in the swarf. He goes, indoors, you don't half moan. He said, I do take the old swarf back in sometimes, and sometimes I've actually taken it to bed with my boots on, he says. Swarf where you sort of, using the milling machine and the lathe and that,
Yeah,
he says, you do moan of it, Some of the most fantastic engines you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that, so that would probably interest me more than watching Cole ride around some island in the Mediterranean.
No, that's it. And then you soon fly back to Cole going around Gran Canaria and places like that again.
Yeah,
talk to animals, for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well,
I think it's time. I think I've just about enough.
You look very tired, Wiggy.
Yeah, I think it's been a great evening anyway, Cole. Cheers for that, setting up and all that.
Yeah.
No problems.
Yeah, so
great to see yourself, Andy, especially because obviously.
Yeah, let's just hope, we can get over this and get back to normal, mate. Get back on the old bikes,
Absolutely, mate.
Have a bit of fun.
Yeah, definitely about time to finish. I've only got this much beer left.
Oh, God, you poor bugger.
Yeah, no, I think fine. No, I think we've pretty much covered everything we can tonight. We've had a laugh. A bit, but I think until such times as we start riding again, this is what it will be, mate. Just general banter and having a laugh, and if people want to join,
we can do. We can't do anything else.
Yeah, a couple of 3 hours. Yeah.
Okay then.
Close
to everybody out there.
Cheers to everybody. To see everybody on the.
Cheers out. Yeah, this is the closest we're going to get to going to a pub.
Yeah, see you later, Moist, and Tracy, and whoever.
Everybody else. Everybody else that joined.
Johnny Langton didn't join tonight, did he? Tart.
Right then. See you later, boys.
Yeah. Right then. Night, everybody. I'll end the broadcast now.
All right, Carl. Fantastic. Right, is that done?
Yeah, it's done. Oh, Andy's buggered off already.
Yeah, Andy's already gone. He disappeared. All right, Carl. I'm still running, mate. I'm still running. I'm still live.
Hold on.